Boom. We are live, folks. That's right. We are live and back again, coming to you live on YouTube. As always, we are the Wrasslin for Life Network, and we will be rolling through not one, but two shows tonight. We're already kicking off with Ring of Honor. Mark Briscoe on the way to the ring, but we're going to get into a whole lot of rumors. We do have Impact coming up next. We got a full night ahead. Strap in, strap on, grab your snacks, grab your feel good. We got lots of wrestling, and we might have Punk. Let's go. Ding, ding, ding. We are live, folks. We are live and back at it again. Like I said, we are the Wrasslin for Life Network. Like I said, Ring of Honor is already on. Mark Briscoe is in the ring to take on Daivari. I will take your predictions on that match. We get the Code of Honor kicking it off. But up after this, we do have Impact Wrestling, the go-home show for Rebellion. I'm looking forward to that. Our very own Luna Havoc will be there live on Sunday. So that's going to be a good night as well. Folks, thank you for being here. As always, I am Mr. Every Night, KJ White, the Iron Man of YouTube, and it is always a pleasure to be joined by everyone out there. So thank you for clicking on. Thank you for joining us. If you haven't liked, subscribed, or joined the family yet, please do so, because this is where you get everything wrestling. We are the channel that just grinds on a different level. We do not stop. We're back at it tomorrow. We're probably going to be here Saturday, probably going to be here Sunday, probably going to be here all week long. That's what we do. So much wrestling to cover, so much stuff to get into. I see the chat filling up already, so make sure you let your friends know to get on over here, and we're going to talk a little wrestling tonight. We'll see what is on everybody's mind. Right now, I do have Mark Briscoe in complete control of Daivari. Of course, Daivari does have his friends at ringside. They are they're like the Orange Cassidy of Ring of Honor. We get the Trust Busters every week with the varsity athletes. So that is already kicking off. Huge suplex. And Daivari rolls to the outside, folks. Lots going on tonight. Lots to get into. Lots of stories out there, of course. So whatever is on your wrestling mind, whatever you're reading, whatever rumors you want to discuss, don't be shy. Don't be quiet. Join us here tonight, and let's talk about it. But Pinfall's in the house. Metalik in the main event, taking on Claudio Castagnoli. That should be an interesting match. We'll see what that means or how it's going to go for each of them. I don't think many people are going to bet against Claudio in this one. Should be a good match. We'll see what they bring to the table tonight. See, I will be there. You go. Mick's going to be here. We got two shows, one stream, Ring of Honor and Impact Wrestling tonight. Join the chat. Let's go. I don't know why I read my own comment. Looking forward to Claudio versus Metalik. Just like I said, should be good, Damien. We'll see what's up. We'll see what's up with that. Athena versus Ashley Ambrose. Again, I think it's just a routine victory for Athena. We'll see what's up with that as we move forward here tonight. Mark versus Daivari. Yeah, I mean, it's already off and running. It was funny. Someone sent me a graphic today of Mark Briscoe with Jay Lethal, Double J, and Satnam Singh, and I was really confused. Frankie Kazarian versus Kenny King tonight will be a good one. You're looking forward to a lot. It's going to be a good night, Damien. Looking forward to Alan Angels versus Joe Hendry. Yeah, let's see how that goes. I'm really curious. All right. Mark Briscoe getting worked over by Nice and Josh Woods. And now he's in trouble as Daivari walks him down. Looking forward to vitamins. Way ahead of you, C-Money. What up? We are Pro Wrestling. Welcome back. Thank you for being here again tonight. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing wonderful. People, go check out our friends. Ronnie, how you doing? Welcome back. Welcome back. I feel like it's been a minute. I hope you're doing well. Richard, good to see you. See what kind of vitamins you're on tonight. Did you hear a tweet? I did not hear a tweet. Tweet. C Money. I like it. Clap. Thank you. I like that. Made me blush, C Money. Mark Briscoe for the win. Good show. I don't see that going any other way. Ended up getting tickets to SummerSlam yesterday. Right on. That is actually awesome. And actually, of all the shows that I joke about tempting me away from the stream, SummerSlam in Detroit, man, I don't know. It looks like it's going to be a banger. Mark Briscoe up, chopping, fired up. Wow! Palm throws into the corner. Exploder! What was that? That wasn't a Uranagi. Was it? What do you call it? It wasn't a Uranagi. Big neck breaker. And Davari with the 2 counts. Yo, KJ, is Miss Luna your crazy, funny partner in crime? Or where is my... Luna is working right now. Luna is a little busy. Luna will be live at Impact Rebellion on Sunday. So we shall see her there. But yes, we probably will not get the presence of our good friend, Miss Luna. But I will be back tomorrow night with my other half, my unofficial other half, Mr. Big Nick, the Dynamic Tool, will be back for a doubleheader on Friday. And then we'll take you all the way through the wrestling of the weekend. And don't forget, he's also here for XFL. Jeff Hardy should have his retirement match at Double or Nothing. Robert, interesting. I think they're going to get a tag run. I think they're going to get a tag run. Oh, Davari with the roll up. Got the trunks. 2. Mrs. Clothesline. Pulled in. It's over. Jay Driller. Ooh, dude. Listen to the crowd. I think they missed an opportunity by just giving. I think Mark, instead of him being in this feud with this group, I think they would do so much better. Like listen, I love Samoa Joe, but Mark as your world TV champion right now, I think it would be better. I actually think Briscoe going after Claudio would make me far more content than this. But I feel like we're going to get a run in at some point. They are laying the boots to Mark Briscoe. Even the lawyer getting some cheap kicks in. And FTR's here. FTR's in the house. Dax Cash coming to the aid. Crowd goes crazy. And there goes Davari. There goes Woods. And we're left with the lawyer. What up, Robert, by the way? Mark would be over like Rover with a strap. Yeah, I think we missed a chance here. The fans love him. It's a great story. It's a tragic story. But, man, I mean, if he went after Claudio right like now, like don't waste any time. And I think could you imagine a Supercard of Honor if he had won that belt in front of a live audience? There would have been tears. I would have cried like a baby on this show. No problem. All day long. Not even apologetic about it. It would have been outstanding. But right now I got FTR, Mark Briscoe in the ring. There's a trios. Hey. So Eddie Kingston has hernia. Only Cash bought a strap. Is that true money? I thought they both had one. So Eddie's given, oh shit. I don't know if you all saw that replay. He had a fistful of Cesaro. Pause. Absolutely pause. But yeah, no, Eddie given a very heartfelt vignette here. He's saying Cesaro put a whooping on him, that he deviated from his plan. He started brawling. All right. So yeah, Eddie's lamenting over his loss to Cesaro. Cornioli. See, this is what, do you guys, I know we don't have the biggest crowd in here right now. It's early, but let me ask everyone who's watching. Do you not feel like Tony is missing absolute money with this guy? Like, the guy's got tears in his eyes. So heartfelt, so passionate. What's next for Eddie Kingston? I think he will heal up from this injury. I hope. Well, I mean, he will. And I hope he comes back after the champion. I really do. If I can't get Eddie Kingston as an AEW champion, which I think we all should have got, or got close to, or even a TNT title run, how much more would we respect the TNT title if Eddie Kingston had it for 8 months? Right? What if the Mad King was running amok and you couldn't get that belt off him? Instead of what we've seen, the hot potato between the high flyers. I don't know. I think Tony missed the boat with this guy. And people can say what they want about his physique or his work ethic. This guy is genuine. In a world where we lack authenticity, Eddie is authentic. And I just think they let it pass him by. So let him heal up. Let him get ready. And I know my buddy Nick will be right here beside me cheering this guy on. I want to see, like, if he was to become Ring of Honor World Champion, that's just like what I said with Mark, where, I mean, at Supercard of Honor, I think you had a chance for 2 very big emotional moments. Now, granted, Eddie was hurt. Eddie needed surgery. Eddie had to deal with the hernia. So out he goes. He doesn't win. But, I mean, if he can come around, he's such an underdog. I think the place would blow. I think it would be huge news. I think it would be a beautiful story. What do you think about Wardlow going after Powerhouse Hobbs again? Damien, that's a great question. I don't like it. And we talked a lot. And I mean, I know there's others that want to say, I don't know, they have their opinion. And it might vary from mine. Sky Blue. See, we're getting too much crossover, guys. And I'll get back to that. But you just went through the Hobbs thing with Wardlow. And then you kind of had it again. And this whole shit with QT Marshall. Neither guy has been colder going into any of this. And again, what happens? What if Wardlow loses again? Even if he gets cheated again? Like, I have a feeling that he might lose again. And I have a feeling that we might be trying to set up like a cage match or something epic for Double or Nothing between these two. Maybe. We'll wait and see on that one. But truly, we've been here. We've done it. I know, we criticize the WWE for making these type of booking decisions. And Tony's getting very guilty of going back to the well over and over. I think, big kick by Sky Blue. And get your predictions in, by the way. I got Cora Blue against somebody. But yeah, I think Hobbs is completely getting squashed by all of this nonsense. I think the whole QT Marshall angle is dumb. I think Hobbs could have cheated to win without QT Marshall. I don't get it. I don't understand it. I don't like it. I don't know why it happened. But Yeah, I don't know what else to say in that regard, Damien. I think eventually Wardlow could come back to this situation, but I think he needed some time away, and him and Hobbs are two guys that just need a series of convincing wins. Go back to just beating guys, taking your time. Then you bump into like a Brian Cage, and you got to work a little harder to get that W. But you get past him, you work your way to Hobbs. In the meantime, Hobbs is running a tear. Nobody can touch him. He's either cheating or he's too powerful. You build both guys up, and then you have them reconvene. Too soon. I don't know. I don't like the outcome of this one, because if Wardlow wins it back, A, we've seen this script already, and it's a little, and B, then what for Hobbs? Is Hobbs just buried in this fucking QT shit? Oh, Sky Blue with the win. And this lady is gaining a shit ton of notoriety. A lot of fans are digging Sky Blue for multiple reasons. But yes, a very attractive young lady doing extremely well in the ring. She seems to be coming a long way. A little bland, but she's green, and I haven't heard much from her or seen much from her, but she's all elite. We'll see what that means. Cora Jade on Ring of Honor. Yes, sir. Yeah, he is. Sky Blue for the win. Good call. Good shout, Damien. Right now, I got the Kingdom coming out, but it's going to be Mike Bennett up next, being accompanied by Maria and Matt Taven. Oh, go back here. Hobbs should really stand alone if you want him to make him a star. Really doesn't need an entourage. Yeah, you're not wrong. They did these vignettes about how he about his struggle, about his life. It was real. Like we just said with Eddie Kingston, it was authentic. It had feel to it. And then you put him in something campy and stupid. That's the problem. That's why it's not good. And I know some people want to scream at the WWE, but only want to talk politely about AEW. But fair is fair. And if you call it down the middle, if you call everyone on an equal playing ground, that whole situation, Wardlow, Hobbs, QT, all of it, who out there is thinking this is great? I want to know if you guys know of any hardcore AEW fans who are just like, have you been watching this Hobbs shit? It's fucking awesome. QT Marshall, have you seen this guy? Right on. Like, if you know that guy, send him this way. I want to talk about it because I don't get it. I don't see it. I just don't. I want to see Powerhouse Hobbs versus Lance Archer. Make it happen. I'd like anything to happen with Lance. I'm a big fan of Lance Archer. I don't know what has gone wrong here. I know he fell on his head. We all saw him fall on his head. I heard him do Busted Open. He was back. He was ready to go. He wants to get in the saddle again. Let's do it. I think he's been on, maybe the fans out there know, but I think he's been on Dark or Elevation a couple times. But this is a big man with a lot to bring to the table. Really is. And I think he's another talent that they just, again, when the booker is forced to actually be creative and come up with some semblance of character story build, we seem to fall short. And that's the thing with Lance. He needs something to get people interested in Lance. Sky Blue getting that Madison Rain makeover. Not bad, not bad. 2-0 says Damien, not bad. Mike Bennett for the win. It's Mike Bennett versus Darius, by the way. Darius Martin. So again, we've seen a lot of Top Flight, or well, half a Top Flight now because they broke it in his leg. But we see a lot of Darius or Dante prior to injury. We see a lot of Ari Daivari. We see a lot of is it Smart Mark? Is that the lawyer? Is that the pain in the ass running around? We get a lot of repeat, but then we get Cora on Dynamite. We get Cora on this show. And I think that's a mistake for Tony. I think, like, I saw Claudio on Dynamite last night. I think he should do something as far as letting the wrestlers just go from show to show to show, kind of like the WWE, which we criticize as well. But I think it takes away from the uniqueness of Ring of Honor and what you're trying to accomplish with Ring of Honor. That's my humble opinion. I really, does it make me hate the show? No, it's just a bit of advice, right? Like Tony says, I got all these wrestlers and I don't know where to put them. Well, if you stop using the same guys and girls on every fucking show, like some of the wrestlers I will see 3 times this week from AEW. If you took one of those times away and put it to somebody we're not seeing, now you got more time for other wrestlers. So when you're double and tripling up, you're being counterproductive because you're getting more TV time, more airtime, more wrestling time, but you're still using the same people to get it. And that was one of my big criticisms for WWE for the longest time of, you have all this TV time and we feel like we see the same people week in and week out. How many weeks in a row did we get a Sheamus and somebody tag multi-man match for months? We still are getting a lot of Sheamus. Like, the guy's been a workhorse, but I think somebody counted. It was something ridiculous of like 18 weeks in a row he had some mid-card match. It meant nothing. We just put it there. It was filler. So hopefully they got a better idea. Mike Bennett for the win, eh? All right, well, let's find out. Remember, folks, do not forget to hit the like and subscribe. We will be here all night. It is rolling through Ring of Honor at some point. We'll also have Impact Wrestling joining us, and we will get into that fun stuff as well. There he is with a tope dive through the bottom 2 ropes. And slides him back in the ring. Bennett looking, tease him up. Huge right. This weekend, I can't wait to see a friend of the show, Cole Radrick, versus Masha Slamovich for the GCW Championship this weekend. I'm looking forward to this match. And sorry, Ratty Daddy. I think you're in trouble, buddy. I think you better fucking, kiss the loved ones on the forehead and say so long, because you're going to war, buddy. This one's going to be a battle. And we are friends with a good old Cole. He did us a solid by showing up for an amazing interview here on the channel. He's got some heat with my buddy Nick. Oh, all right. Matt Taven just jumped on Darius Martin, and we're getting the bell ringing. So that will be a DQ. You pick Darius Martin, you got the win. You pick Mike Bennett. Sorry, Damien. All right, so more. Okay. It's been the week of the aftermath on this show. Oh, Action Andrade. We found Action. Action Andrade. Andretti is back. He came out to help Darius. He would actually fit as a supplement. There you go. Action Andrade. They look related. There you go. There you go. Who should Nakamura feud with, KJ? Damien. There's many options. It all depends on how they're going to do this, right? If the instinct is to push him up the card quick, I mean, what are you going to do? Gunther would be a challenge. I would love to see a little more Nakamura Gunther, but I think you're going to work him into that middle of the roster, and there's options there. I mean, I could go for Ricochet Nakamura. I could go for Shinsuke. Is just a guy I like to watch wrestle. If you can put him in the ring and get him back to what he used to be, it would be outstanding. We don't need boogs. We don't need the gimmicks. We don't need to be funny. Be intense. Man of little words, man of lots of action. Be that guy. Give us that on a week-to-week basis. That's what I want. And then again, I don't know who they should book him with. There's a lot of good options they could book him with. And there's definitely a handful of people I pray they don't book him with. So we got hot sauce. And here comes Wheeler. Yes, Mr. Yuta is in the house. So there you go, folks. Like I said, we're seeing a lot of duplicates, a lot of crossover. But yeah, Wheeler Yuta here to take on Hot Sauce. My buddy Hot Sauce. How does Action Andrade run off two dudes? Hey, listen, all week I've been asking questions about run-ins and weird run-ins and not running in together and why is the music playing all the time? I mean, literally, the first two matches of this show had run-ins after match. What was it? 4 matches last night, 5 had some type of afterbirth, aftermath, run-in bullshit. It's a lot. And I mean, we can debate on whether or not Dynamite was a good show last night. I don't believe it was, but there was a lot of rinse and repeat. There was a lot of, man, did we already see this? And that's just the way it is. Like, that can't be disputed. Now you decide if you're okay with it, but every single match had an ending with some type of spillover. And I mean, right up into the end. The irony. Adam Cole was asked to be the manager of Keith Lee in WWE and left so he could be booked with Keith Lee. Oh! Hot Sauce trying to throw him into an armbar real quick. There you go. Action and Darius are the new Top Flight. Yeah, that would work. I'm not lying. They look like a tag team. They looked more of a tag team than him and his brother. Oh! Yuta stomping on the head of Hot Sauce here. And if you guys want to make a prediction on this match, I am all ears. Yeah, I'll take Yuta with you. I didn't like that spot. Money. I almost read it. I didn't know he was part walrus. Anyway, I think Shinsuke Nakamura should turn on Xavier Woods to help LA Knight win on SmackDown. But why? I want LA Knight to beat Woods. I don't care if he cheats. I don't necessarily want him to get help. But LA Knight needs a win. LA Knight needs a good win. LA Knight needs a fucking push. 2 nights of WrestleMania. And you couldn't find a way to get my favorite guy on there. Not for a minute. Son of a bitch. It's unfortunate. I don't get it. I don't know what the hang-up is. Is it, you know what, he's an older wrestler, so he's just in that Dolph Ziggler role where we'll use him to push storyline and get guys over. I don't know. Was Keith Lee versus Chris Jericho a very slow match? Yes or no? Yes. And I heard some people in particular who like to just scream at their YouTube channel, and the people tuning in just want to scream at the top of their lungs about the WWE, had the balls to kind of go, this was pretty good. This match, as a fan of AEW, this match was awful. It wasn't great. It wasn't good. It might have been all right, and they didn't kill each other. You know, it wasn't completely terrible. But you listen to that Milwaukee crowd, and I will tell you one thing, folks, if you're tuning in right now, anyone out there that wants to blame crowds for their response, Milwaukee, they were a shit crowd. Nah, you cannot blame the crowd. You can't do it. That main event, if it was a banger, it would have had the crowd on their feet. Darby had the crowd on his feet. OC had the crowd on their feet. But that main event last night was slow. It was like 2 men wrestling in mud. It was fucking awful. It didn't have a pace. A couple moves here or there. It was all shit, and you knew Jericho was going to go over. And it was a terrible way. People want to talk about how other shows have ended recently. It was a really disappointing fucking end to Dynamite. That should have been in the middle of the show, and a lot of other things. If Tony Khan would have had the brain and the thought process where you book the BCC in a tag match, that's fine. Maybe even a trios match if you want to be, a little extra. And you find two other guys, not Knock It Off, not Cutler. You find two guys, two wrestlers. You got all this talent, right? Use the kingdom. I don't know. I don't give a fuck who you use. Use local. But if you need to add in two people to make it more of a main event, do that. And then for those who think I hate the Bucks, you have that whole Kenny Bucks angle to end the show. The last thing everybody sees, Kenny's back, the Bucks are back, they're kicking ass, the Uber marks are fucking making a mess in their pants everywhere. Everybody's happy. We all go home by. That's how I would have done it. If you still wanted to do it with Knock It Off and Cutler, fine. But my only suggestion is you could have probably upgraded, because the guys didn't have to bleed. And I know some people, they bled. Why are you being so upset? I don't give a fuck. I'm not shy about the bleeding. We watch all types of blood. It was just completely stupid and unnecessary on a random Wednesday night that these guys looked like they were completely fucking murdering two nobodies. And that was the problem. That's my issue. As a fan, it was a fucking terrible way to end the show, period. It wasn't good. And I'm all ears if somebody wants to convince me otherwise. But I call both shows the way I see it. That's all I can do. Yuta and Claudio are the best guys to be crossing the brands. I guess, but there's a lot. I mean, we got Cora Blue a couple times. So I got Darius in the back. See, this is why I enjoy Ring of Honor. I mean, match, little clip backstage, back to the matches. All right. But yeah, I mean, I just don't think anybody should be crossing over. I think it should be the Ring of Honor roster and leave it at that. I mean, there's a lot to talk today about, would AEW do a brand split just to have if they have a Saturday show, would they do a brand split? Then I heard rumors the idea of a brand split was so that CM Punk could come back and the EVPs didn't have to hang out with them. That's something we will talk about. I mean, I almost want to save that for Big Nick to be on with me, because we got to get into this topic a little bit. But it's an interesting story, guys. Interesting story. Milwaukee popped like an MFer for when Jeff Hardy ran out. True story, Steve Money. You're not wrong. Huge pop. I popped, but it was like I'm torn, right? Like, I agree with a lot of the things I've heard. And me personally, I've been around the Jeff Hardys. I've had people in my life that, resemble the behavior of Jeff Hardy. And the tricky part in that scenario is every time they fuck up, you want to give them another chance. And you want to give them another chance. You love them. You want to see what's best for them. But he's got to help himself and I have all the hope that a guy that has been a legend and a game changer in pro wrestling finds his way back onto a better path. I really do. I hope he stays there. I hope they can find constructive ways to keep him, from having that downtime, from turning to the vices. Shibata, speaking of pure wrestling. Oh, by the way, Yuta won. Yeah, it's true though. Everybody popped. Everyone popped for Jeff, and then it's hard not to, man. That music hit. See, Money, back to this real quick. I mean, it was funny because it was in the truck today and I was listening to the wrestling news, and they played the audio clip of Jeff Hardy's return. And man, hearing the music and hearing the pop, and then the announcers freaking out. Man, I was driving today like, shit, that's a good moment. Like, again, you just want to put it up, on the back burner and forget, and you want to forgive. But yeah, a good moment. It caught me. Oops. Best match from last night, Darby Allin versus Swerve. Yeah, I would agree with you, Damien. I know a lot of people said the Orange Cassidy match was good. I think the Orange Cassidy match got a little slow. I think they overplayed the hand, and people are going to say, well, he was trying to sell the injury. But it ended up, instead of being a part of the story of the match, it ended up taking away from the match a bit. And it wasn't a bad match. It was a really good match. It was the second best match of the night. But I just feel like they got away a little bit. They wandered a little bit. Darby Allin and Swerve was outstanding. It was really weird. Just the ending was kind of like Swerve was an afterthought by the time it all ended. And then he shows back up in the main event, which is kind of ironic. Every job crew has to have Jaguar colors. There you go. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I don't think the wingmen are going to do very good here up against Shibata and Coughlin. We recently saw Coughlin take on John Moxley at Bloodsport. Not a bad match. Wasn't Top Flight also aligned with AR Fox? And weren't they also aligned with Matt Sydal too at one point? Yes. And that's where you got to be careful, right? Remember when we were pushing the shit out of Dante Martin? He showed up every week. And that's great. You gave him a good little run. But if you don't have a plan, if it's not going anywhere, you do detrimental things to somebody's career, right? You might never get that kind of love again or be on that kind of run again. Or he might break his leg and be out for a long time. Stop me when I'm wrong. Dynamite was better. Nope, sorry, I didn't mean to click on that. That was before TK did about 8 pounds. That's not mine. Accusations, see money. I just think he's a hyper guy. And I think he gets super nervous, right? Like he has absolute stage fright. And he's like I said, I think it's Richie Rich syndrome. That's all I think it is he's just not, oh, ear clap. But yeah, he's just not, what's the word I'm looking for here? He's just not comfortable in social settings by the look of it. And again, it's just it's like Mr. Deeds almost, but nerdier. I don't know how to explain it. There's going to be a lot of blood in a 10-man tag match. Team Bully versus Team Tommy Dreamer at Rebellion. Yes, 10-man death match essentially at Rebellion. Like I said, we're definitely Luna's going to get up close and personal with Tommy and be very happy about life. That's not true. She can be miserable. But yes, it should be one hell of a banger. I think we're going to get a really good show on Sunday with Rebellion. I really am looking forward to it. PCO, Eddie Edwards, last right match. Kushida, Macklin for the title. I'm all for all of this, guys. Coughlin and Shibata are mindful pairing as it. Coughlin and Shibata are a mindful pairing as a tag team. It's teacher and pupil pairing. Very well, Dave. And I mean, Shibata's story into itself is really good. Really crazy story. The man had a life-threatening injury, comes back 5 years later, I believe it is, and now he's your Ring of Honor pure champion. Holy shit. Vader bomb. JD with a huge Vader bomb. Sup, Jack? How you doing? Alex Coughlin, Shibata for the win. Good shout. I'm inclined to agree, being that I can barely remember JD's name and his partner also eludes me at this point. And there's Shane Taylor. Oh, it is the Workhorseman. Okay. They got to change that name. Oop, why did I do that? Summer of Punk coming soon. Let's fucking hope so. Welcome back. But I'm inclined to hope. I'm inclined to believe you. I have said from day one, guys, I've been beating this fucking drum since everybody started swinging on each other. We need this to make money. They need to book this in a way that it makes money. They got to do something to make it make money. Here's the chance. Let's see what they do with it. But some people, from what I gather, are going to have to put their egos aside. Some people are going to have to mature as men and make this happen. And I know all the fans that are just very tunnel vision when it comes to certain wrestlers and certain EVPs, but I don't think there's a wrestling fan on the planet that will say Punk getting a chance to get in the ring in any capacity with the Elite would sell tickets. You cannot dispute that. Love or hate Punk, that's on you. That's your choice. But Punk was their biggest draw. Punk had the most notoriety. Punk will be back, and it will matter. And if you're going to England and you're going to try and put as many asses in seats as possible, that is where you do it, period. Coughlin, he is sitting down and literally in a suplex position, going from sitting to standing. That is amazing. Heater, Bully, and Tommy are working it pretty hard on Busted Open. Yeah, they are. To be honest, I just, how do I say this? I'm okay with what we're about to see, but I hope it's the end. Like Tommy versus Bully, we can stop with it now. I like them both. I really like Bully, but I think Bully could do something better and more meaningful for Impact. What up, what up, what up? How you doing, Resident Evil? Welcome back to the show. Amigo, have you heard Edge wants to go to AEW Ring of Honor to be with Christian and do their last run together as the Brood? I have not heard that because I believe that is bullshit. I don't see it happening, buddy. I could possibly see Christian coming the other way, but yeah, I don't think Edge wants to retire. I would imagine a WWE superstar. Period. I don't think that's even up for a debate. TK Productions loves that awkward shot of the wrestler. Yeah, they do. It's crazy. Shane Taylor watching in the back. So I guess he's very intrigued. Maybe he wants a shot at Shibata. Wow, Coughlin is on a different level, man. He reminds me of Gotch. There you go. I'll be back. Wow, huge strength. I agree with you, Money. He flipped that man quick. Wow. He got him in the sleeper and punts him. It is over. Shibata. And Alex Coughlin with the W. If you had them on your bingo card, you get a point tonight. Big win. Coughlin is jacked. All right, so they're brushing off the workhorsemen, but folks, keep that chat coming. Keep us going. Keep it alive. All right. I don't know where we're going with this. But yeah, big win for the champion. Oh, Coughlin pointing at the belt. Interesting. Shibata nods yes. So it looks like we're going to get Coughlin taking on Shibata. for the Ring of Honor Pure Championship. And up next, here comes Willow. Dun, dun, dun. So one of the biggest baby faces in wrestling, Willow, coming out to the ring, clapping and singing. She's feeling it, having a good time. Yeah, I agree with you, but it looks like we're going to get Coughlin first, if nothing else. So that's an interesting dynamic. Dun, dun, dun. So I will take your predictions on this next match as we're coming up. But yeah, Willow looking good, ready to go. Willow's grown on me a little bit, but she's taking on LMK, making her Ring of Honor debut. She must be local because she's getting a huge pop. And I feel like she's wearing someone else's gear. But the crowd is loving it. They're feeling it. Willow with a noticeable size advantage here. And coming up, don't forget, we have Athena versus Ashley D'Ambrosio. D'Ambrose? Whatever. Claudio versus Metalik in our main events. And I don't know what LMK stands for, but she just bit Willow. Gonna need a rabies shot. Some hand sanitizer. Big catch by Willow. And nope. Oh, sloppy reversal, but it got there. Willow Nightingale for the win. Good shot, Damien. Thank you. Thank you. Is that SpongeBob on it? No, it's just eyeballs. Oh, Kathleen running into the bottom turnbuckle and stop. I called her Kathleen LMK. Yeah, I know this is not. I mean, good squash match, but the little heel is getting too much offense for my liking. Let's move on. I can't wait to see Shaw versus Tasha Steelz tonight on Impact. Let's go. We'll see what happens there. We haven't got much of the Tasha as of late. And Shaw is a mix between really pretty good and not good at all. So we will see what we get from Giselle tonight as well. Oh. Running power slam, kind of. And your winner, Willow. Dun, 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 dun. All right. What else do we got here tonight, folks? As we're rolling out of this, Willow swinging her hand. She's pretty pumped. What are your feelings on, if you're watching right now, how do you feel about Willow? Oh, fuck. I like a female wrestler who uses a Dr. Death finisher. There you go. All right. Willow for the win. You were bang on. Tony Nese is on his way back out with Josh Woods, with Mark. See, this is what I mean. We kind of overuse people now. So we're getting Tony Nese again. And he, as much as I'm saying that, this is going to be a really, really good match. Dun, dun. And apparently Smart Mark gets to do the intros for. But yeah, so we're getting Smart Mark again. Again, if you're trying to make me love Ring of Honor, if you're trying to give me those old Ring of Honor vibes, this might not be the way to do it, where we have 3 times a show, we're getting Smart Mark and Tony Nese and Daivari and Slim and I don't love it. I don't love it. There's a preview to the women's tag title match. Jessica Havoc going one-on-one with Taylor Wilde. That'll be good. Maybe. I don't know. Here comes Stu Grayson with Evil Uno. So Stu Grayson, Tony Nese should be good. Just my take on it. Stu getting into the ring. Grayson for the win. There you go. There you go. There you go. What's up, Chambers? How you doing? How you doing? Bobby Cruz should sue Mark Sterling, right, for stealing his ring announcer job. Yeah, he's not great at it either, so it's a little off-putting. Slight handshake by Nese and Grayson, and we're off. Grayson hunting down Nese. So we got Sterling. I figure we're going to lead this to a Sterling and Uno spot at some point. What up? How's it going, Steve? There you go. Some love. Stu Grayson for the win. Stu Grayson also for the win. I like Stu as a shout. I imagine. I mean, it kind of feels like Smart Mark has the job group of the bunch. And that's all we see. We see a lot of them. Tony Nese for the win. Boom, 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 boom. No, I'm actually... Wow, tope by Stu. Anything happening on Ring of Honor so far? Chambers, not bad, not bad at all. A couple matches. Darius Martin lost or won by DQ. Had Action Andrade come out to help him out. FTR showed up on Ring of Honor tonight to help Mark Briscoe, so that was exciting. And now we got Stu Grayson going up against Willow Nightingale just got a victory. And now we got Stu and we got Nese. That's pretty much where we're at, my friend. So welcome. Thank you for being here. And yeah, let's see how this goes. Who is your pick for the match between Tony Nese and Stu? I'm going to go Grayson for sure. I'm with you, Damien. Mark is just a bit of a joke, kind of gives a jokey vibe to the guys he's working with. They just feel like heel jobbers. That's their job. That's what they get booked for. We get it a lot, but they're there for a purpose. At least in my humble estimation. What else we got? Hey, Steve, how you doing? Some love from the chat to the chat. Doing all right, man. Alex, I did miss that. Alex Coughlin had a spot where he posted a suplex from a sitting position and walked it up, standing up. It was crazy. Yes, Coughlin is he kind of reminds me of Tyler Bate a little bit in that regard, right? Maybe it's just the mustache, but it's that top-heavy physique, but yeah, I mean, great strength. And after they won, Sonata looked to agree to a challenge from Alex. So it looks like we're going to get Sonata and Coughlin at some point, which I'm looking forward to. Seeing Eddie Kingston out with undisclosed injury. Apparently, it's a hernia. And those aren't fun. Not in the least. Tony Nese taunting Grayson as Grayson's getting it back to his feet. Hernia. Yeah, there you go. We have 2 title matches still to come on Ring of Honor. Yes, Damien. 2 title matches coming up ahead. We have Athena defending her title. We have Claudio defending his title. Speaking of titles, I will be here later tonight for Impact, and Mickie James will make the decision on whether or not she will defend her title at Rebellion or will she have to relinquish her title at Rebellion? We will find out, folks. It should be good. It should be interesting. Grayson on fire. Huge Uranagi. Rebellion sold out in Windsor. Are you going? I'm not. I'm going to be here live with you guys, as I do for most shows. So no Chambers. Our friend Luna Havoc, though, will be front row. So keep an eye out for Luna. All right, Tony Nese with the hook. Up. The pump handle. Nope. Grayson back down. Hooks him up. And down. Whoo! We got a two. We got a two. Woo! Thought he had him. All right, Mark yelling at the fans. No one cares. Speaking of showing some power, Grayson's got Nese up in the vertical, but it gets replaced. And Nese goes to the throw real quick. Up, down. Rebellion. Ah! Big springboard moonsault. Dun-dun. What's up, Jake? What's up, Jake? How's it going? How's it going? Welcome to our Thursday night. That's right, folks. We do Thursdays. Is that a Pele kick? Kind of. But Stu Grayson getting the crowd into it. Down he goes. We got a 3, and that will be it, folks. Stu Grayson picking up the win. We got Impact coming up very soon. Uno in the ring to cheer on his buddy. Big win for Stu. So if you had Stu on your bingo card, that is yours tonight. The night rolls on. And oh, man, this is going to be good. We got the righteous. We got the righteous. I feel like the WWE missed out with the righteous. I really do. They got the snapping, the clapping, the crowd's into them. But it looks like we're going to get the righteous versus Stu Grayson. And we're going to get Evil Uno taking them on. Vincent and Dutch, once thought to be members of the WWE, are now ready, set, go. Dutch looks like Bartles or James. I like it. I'm such a huge fan, though. But you're not wrong. And he's had some hard way color on his left bicep. Of course he did. Dutch, I got that one. John Moxley returns to Wrestling Revolver May 6th. Goes one-on-one with Jake Christ. This time, the show is on a Saturday. Woo! Damien, we will be here live for that. We're looking forward to it. And I got the righteous on my screen right now after a ad for Double or Nothing. All right. The righteous basically saying that the Dark Order have become a shell of themselves. This is interesting. Vincent is a fucking promo and a half. God, I love this man. We don't want to hurt you. We want to keep you. Dutch looks like Bartles and James. I think I clicked that one 3 times. Winner of Ring of Honor doing a pay-per-view in Vegas or adding Ring of Honor matches to Double or Nothing. They should avoid doing that. But Ring of Honor should do something on their own. What would be the next Ring of Honor show we would get? Oh. Up next, your Ring of Honor Women's World Championship.
Look in my eyes. What do you see? A cult of personality.
What is up?
What up?
What's going on?
Nothing. How's you? How's the show?
The show has been all right. A little, kind of cookie cutter this week so far. But we're banging through the matches one by one.
Fair enough. You gotta come on and say hi. I've got it lined up, so I've got Impact, and you can just help me if I've got the YouTube version that starts in about 26 minutes.
26 minutes sounds about accurate for me, sir. Yes.
Fair enough. Okay. So see, yes. Hi, how you doing? Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Hi, Steven. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Well, wait. No, now I got something for you, Gene Mean. Gene Mean. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, the Wrasslin for Life Network proudly brings to you its YouTube tag stream champions of the world. The Every Night Delight, KJ White. I am Big Nick. How is everybody doing?
We're rolling. It's funny. It's programmed at this point, bro. We got it.
Oh, yeah.
It's amazing.
Literally just and play sound clip number 5. Play.
Luna looks different this week.
I know. I'm not as vivacious, not as lovely. I was trying to think of other L words that wouldn't get me in trouble or anything like that. But yeah, no. I know hair's different, hairs, nails did all that, but gotta represent.
But right now I have
sorry, because I don't have
what do you want to talk about? But
I was gonna say go ahead. Sorry. I'm interrupting. Go ahead. Sorry, I apologize.
I got Athena. And I got Ashley D'Ambrosio or whatever the fuck. And that's kicking off. You guys want to make a prediction on that? Great. What do you want to talk about?
Like I started off when I popped in. Look in my eyes. What do you see? Punk coming back in.
Man, I mean, the story going around, it doesn't shock me in any way, shape, or form. Because I feel, and I said this last night to the fans, Nick, like, I don't feel like CM Punk wanted any of this. I know the dark hole of the wrestling internet wants to paint him as
every
the fucking
AW
villain.
Fan's just all upset right now. Every diehard AW fan just got very mad at what you said.
Yeah. Do you hear about the brand
split?
Because
the Punks and the Bucks, or because the Bucks and Omega and TK can do no wrong.
I'm going to put it. I think this is as nice, and we're all about the positivity here on this channel. But I will say this: if you are too fucking dumb to see that this is absolute pure money, the minute it became a shoot, and you can turn it back into an angle, and you're trying to fill Wembley, if you guys don't see the benefit of that, and if you guys want to deny, hey, listen. You guys all bow to the cult of Tony Khan. Well, Tony himself anointed CM Punk as the biggest draw, as the biggest name, as the biggest. So, yeah.
The biggest of the biggest? Well, I guess as Big Nick, I should commentate on this if he's going to be the biggest of the biggest. But I think it does in part of Well, I don't want to say, I initially should say, not all of y'all, by the way. If there's the diehards that are very much like the Punks or the Bucks and Kenny can do no wrong, TK can do no wrong. I don't think our audience is exactly like that. But like you said, this is nothing but money left on the table. This is one of the best times, and it goes back to wrestling that we grew up with, that you can take a shoot angle, and the guy who realistically probably got the worst end of the situation is willing to play ball with everybody that he bitched about, that he griped about, everybody that he could take to court, everybody that he had an issue with. He's the one willing to play ball.
Yeah.
It goes back to what we've said and what a lot of people have said, and certain people want to I don't hear that about with the Young Bucks and Kenny, is that they don't want to play ball with other people. They want to do what they want to do, and that's all it's going to be. I've said it for the longest time. The Young Bucks are the Hulk Hogan of tag team wrestling.
100%. And they have Chris Jericho, the Hulk Hogan of Hulk Hogan's. So it's tandem, right? Like, to me, if I was Tony Khan and I was sitting on all this money and I had my own wrestling company, I would look myself dead in the mirror and ask myself, what is best for business? What is best for the company? What is best for us as a whole? And you know what? If the Bucks left and we never saw them again, not in WWE, not somewhere else, if we never saw the Bucks again, the show would go on and it would probably improve. Sorry, guys. They don't
notice the Canadian sorry. So he hit you with the double Canadian sorry. So he's extra sorry.
But it's just, to me, the show goes on. Listen, the show's going to go on without Punk. The difference is when Punk shows up, you get 1 million. The Bucks don't move.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, is not even looking at it fully in the sense of long term or anything like that, which it would be fantastic for their product going forward, their shows going forward, especially if they're going to keep expanding, want to do a Saturday show, etc., etc., etc. But if I'm Tony Khan and I just booked a 90,000 seat arena outside of the US, and I need to really stamp my flag with this show, there is not a match that I could book that would draw more eyes, draw more attention, anything, than CM Punk, CMFTR versus the Elite. That is the match to book. That is the match you can make. There is no bigger trump card there. I don't even know if WWE right now could book a match that would get as many eyes as that one would. They had it at WrestleMania, and then now, because of a certain result, not too many people want to see it again, I feel.
It's just Dusty, buddy. It's Dusty, and it's Dusty finishes.
It's Dusty Rhodes, baby. You know, it's hard times. It's hard times being a wrestler.
You guys want to, right? If anybody wants to understand the Cody Rhodes situation, just go watch Dusty Rhodes' biography. It'll tell you everything.
Yeah, just do you know nothing of his father?
Yeah. Athena with the win here.
Oh, good shout. We talked all through that match, but
that's all right.
Have you heard the accusations, the alleged rumors that at the show that they just announced, I want to say off the top of my head without Googling it, that it's June 12th. So it would fit in the timeline of it's before Wembley. The show that they announced in Chicago, that it's been already kind of leaked and teased of, that's the show to pay attention to, because that might be where he comes back.
Yeah, that's the marks flying off the handle, because in Chicago. Oh my God, they booked a show in Chicago.
It's got to be Chicago. They wouldn't go into Chicago if they were going to have CM Punk.
Why else would they book
honestly,
a show
though, if they do that and he doesn't show up, do you run the risk of nothing but CM Punk chance the whole show?
I hope so.
Especially during the Kenny and Buck segments.
And you know what? I like to fuck with the audience. You have him no show in Chicago, no, and you have the fans chant for him all night. Punk. And when everyone's deflated and feeling bummed that we didn't get Punk, and then he just shows. I got to be honest.
He shows up in like Tuscaloosa, Alabama, and then place goes insane.
Again, keep in mind, you're playing to your TV audience just as much as you're playing to your live audience. We do have to remember that. And I do love the idea. Let the Bucks sit in the back with Kenny and listen to the whole audience chant his name, and then just turn around to them and go, "Are you sure you don't want to do fucking business with this guy? Are you sure?"
Yeah, really, of literally when like the Bucks can't cut a promo because the CM Punk chants are deafening of like, really, you're really gonna piss away this amount of money and this opportunity.
How many more belts do we got to make so they can keep avoiding the matchups they don't want? How about
Well,
this
no,
for a
that's why
rumor?
we're gonna have a whole show, but no, you got to play
Oh, you
into.
caught that? Okay.
Oh yeah, 100%. But yeah, no, I feel like you need to play a bit, and I know Bucks fans are going to get the panties in a twist about this,
Fuck
but
'em.
you need to play into their ego and everything. Of do you really want to have probably the greatest professional, like one of that'll go down as a historic professional wrestling match? I would feel
Well,
is
yeah.
CMFDR versus the Elite, because everybody knows the fucking story, everybody knows the tension, everybody knows
That's it,
everything.
man. If
All of that. It's in Wembley. It's in the biggest arena you could book internationally.
yeah,
Like that's
it's
show up
fucking
and show out.
dude, I don't give a fuck if my opponent was going to be Hornswoggle. I would be there. I don't give a fuck what I'm booked in. I get to perform at Wembley. How spoiled, how spoiled and childish could you fucking be? And this is what I've claimed. And I know I countered some of the opinions out there, but it's if Tony doesn't shed himself from this childishness and this chaos that plagues, and you say it all the time, WCW. The problems, if they don't get fixed, get bigger. And the bigger they get, the worse they are for business. If Punk, like you said, is willing to do business, then you show up and you do business. Punk understands as a man, I can look you in the face, tell you I fucking dislike you, and then walk out to that ring and make money with you. That's as a man. Where are your these are your EVP, the what did he call them the other night when he said the revolutionists or whatever the fuck he called them
Oh,
for,
for God's sakes.
Right, but the
Which one of
Bucks and
them was,
Kenny,
riding down the
yeah.
streets of Boston, Vince is coming, Vince is coming, Vince is coming.
Right? But you have Bucks, Kenny, and Cody. They kind of are responsible for All In, the original one. They were brave enough and da 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 da. But the proof is in the pudding at who's actually making shit happen. And if the Bucks are even considered in the top 10 of greatest tag teams ever, they have to show up and win big matches. They have to show up and beat big name opponents. You can't just say, well, we won 3,000 indie show matches, so we're fucking awesome. That's not good enough. Yeah, you won some matches for Excalibur at fucking Gorilla. Great. You went to New Japan, but you weren't main eventers in Japan. You were mid-carders in Japan. Do not forget that. You were main eventers when you were with Kenny. Let's be real. If you are as good as you think you are and as good as you claim you are, show up and show out.
Absolutely. And I will touch on some of the comments here before I counter you. Hey guys, my BD is coming up on May 3rd on AEW Dynamite and AEW Access. Well, Hassan, you know the place to be to celebrate your birthday, but happy early birthday, my guy. Steven saying Tony needs a Triple H mind to handle creative. Well, I mean, Tony, hi. I mean, there's a couple of us. I'm trying to work it with the mirror here. I can't get it right. Yeah, there's a couple guys here that might be able to help you out, and we got our socials so you can make sure to reach out to us and everything.
Right.
But so Ring of Honor, you have, I'm assuming Claudio versus Grand Metalik right now.
Yeah, we got the main event.
It's got to be.
We
Claudio,
got the main event. No, wait, this can't be the main event. It's early. Am I crazy?
No, not if they go fucking 40 minutes.
Yeah, that's true. Imagine they go 40 minutes. That'd be even more crazy.
Well, see, but remember though, when wrestling shows would do stuff like that, that's why you would have your world heavyweight title that has a 60-minute time limit start at the top of the hour, because if it goes 60 minutes, that you had the time already set up on the show and everything else was just extra. But back to your point about the Bucks and the whole Punk situation, everything. I feel like with CM Punk with this, it very much it's a lot of counter to every argument and every claim that Chris Jericho's made, that so-and-so's made about CM Punk, of this is a guy that's only out for himself, all of that he's hard to work with, etc., because he's literally sitting there saying, I'm willing to do business, even though he's abrasive. We know a thing or two about that, or at least me.
Because being real gets you in trouble.
Yeah, when keeping it real goes wrong. But he's willing to still openly, and he's not coming back and shooting these reports down like he did with the Meltzer thing about him trying to do business. And it's Dax who really kind of broke this story initially.
It's smart.
And it's also, it throws the ball in the Elite's corner. It says, so I'm very openly willing to do business with you. So now it's on you in the public eye of whether you're proving me right, that you're a bunch of fucking children and you don't want to do business properly, or you step up and you actually make probably the best storyline that AEW's had out of it.
Oh, sorry. Claudio just dropped Metalik on his face, on the apron, caught him in the Hurricane Rana position, and just cartwheeled him off the fucking apron. So Claudio, very much in control. You're world champion here. So go Claudio.
Just said, not today.
Back to your point, though, Nick. I like it. It's a game of chicken now, because you know what? Everybody that shat all over Punk for being the problem here. Hey, guys, you want to see an amazing match at Wembley? I'm game. I'm here. What do you want to do? And now it's up to them. How bad would it reflect on Tony and AEW if they open up a second show and they move Bucks and Kenny over to that one, and keep FTR, Punk, maybe Miro, like Andrade might be allowed back.
But that's when it goes to, like I said, if it proves Punk's initial point that they don't deserve to be in the position that they're in as far as EVPs of that company because of the way that they act. Sin, thank you guys. I got your back 100%. Who's got my back? I got your back. Jay White and AEW, and they've done nothing with him. There wasn't even a follow-up when he debuted, and now looking back on it, I know initially was, oh wow, holy shit, they started off with that, but they never followed up with it. They never touched on it again throughout the entire goddamn show.
Yeah, we got a promo package, like a vignette with them this week.
Yeah, I saw we got Bullet Club Gold now, and like how we had the Wolf Pack, and we've got NWO Black and Silver versus Black and White, and all of this. Yeah,
a little bit, buddy, a little bit. Yeah.
Punk comes for MJF. I could see that being a feud that he does afterwards. Well, and that's the thing though too, is as much as this is Punk throwing the ball in their court, he's even said allegedly, according to sources, so allegedly, that he would even do a storyline that doesn't involve the Bucks if they don't want to, or the Elite, if they don't want to make money that way, if they don't want to do business. He just wants to come back and be in professional wrestling again. According to, I think Dax, like I said, initially
Dax said he missed, Dax said Punk missed his wrestling, wants to come back to wrestling, loves wrestling, and I believe it. For all the people that said Punk was putting his time in to help younger talent, was showing up, giving them gift cards and coffee cards and bringing gifts and just being a friendly guy, bringing his dog to the fucking show.
And how long, if you're Tony Khan, how long do you wait before he maybe starts getting calls from the other side and says, hey, Punk, I know that you openly tried to do business with them and everything. They don't want to capitalize on it. I've got a 3-hour show. I'll give you a half hour with a fucking open microphone, and we can pay anything that ever comes our fucking way as far as a counter or anything. So
hey, Punk,
have at it.
Do you want to main event WrestleMania?
Bro, seriously, if you honestly, right now, everybody right now in the chat, everybody that's tuning into this live, everybody that's watching it after the fact, anything like that, anyone that can hear the sound of my voice, would you be more excited for Cody versus Roman at WrestleMania 40? Would you be more excited for that? Roman versus Dwayne, or Roman versus CM Punk?
Sign me up for
I
Punk.
think
Maybe
there's a clear
Regency Box.
favorite out of those three.
Yeah, absolutely. I think I've said, for a long time, if Punk could walk through, to me, Punk walking through the WWE curtain right now, not now, like when his contract expires, before people try and remind me that there's
Right.
laws and rules, I know. But if it ever happened, to me, it's almost on the level of Eric Bischoff walking out for the first time. It is that unexpected. It's that unlikely. It's that much of a bury the hatchet, the deepest of hatchets.
It's that, but bigger, I feel, because
I like it.
Eric Bischoff, still kind of knew he's a businessman, all of that. You knew what he was going to do. CM Punk's going to sit there and just shake everything the fuck up if he sat there and walked through a WWE curtain and he's, agreed to that. And they've reached, something that's going to make that work.
There is a huge flip off the top. Metalik out to the floor. Claudio down, shaking his arm. Crowd's cheering. We're getting a pretty good match here. It's all right.
Still should have been Eddie in this holding the fucking championship.
Yo, I'm sure you didn't catch it.
Eddie hasn't even been on TV. Are you fucking kidding me?
Eddie did a vignette tonight, or like a pre-tape.
Whoop-de-doo, Basil.
It was good though. It was like teary-eyed.
So of course.
It was authentic. It was Eddie. He apparently has hernia. Oh shit, is Eddie.
Eddie.
But apparently he popped a hernia, buddy.
Oh, as someone who's had two of those, that sucks.
Yeah. But, they don't feel good at all.
Not at all. Nick, do you think Jeff Jarrett should join the Bullet Club Gold and make them Global Force Bullet Club? Yes. And they all get a signed 8x10 of Jeff Jarrett.
Right. Here's to you, Slapnuts.
Well, I think I can see it already. The Slapnuts Club.
There we go.
Please, Hunter, can you call CM Punk? Please come back to the WWE. See, Hunter, listen, you've got Damien out here just begging on his knees, pleading with you.
Right.
Probably even worse than Tony Khan's groveling at Phil's knees right now.
Love him or hate him, he's a draw. It doesn't matter what company he goes to. The man is a draw. Period. It's undeniable. There's math to prove it. I don't give a fuck what Meltzer says. Period.
That's fine. I don't think even Meltzer does.
But listen, we were hard on the Bucks for dodging FTR. They created the trios division to dodge FTR. And everybody felt that was pretty transparent. You hurt your business when you don't put on the best matches. It's like having Michael Jordan sitting on the bench in the fourth quarter in a tie game. You don't do it. You put your best foot forward. You put your best guys out on the ice. You put your best players on the field. You put your best
statistically, if I put Tony Kukoc here and he gets the perfect pass for a 3-pointer, statistically, analytically, I get entirely what you're saying.
You're right, though. That's funny as shit.
But also, well, what up, Daniel? But did you see this, though, too, that I guess it's no longer King of the Ring and Queen of the Ring in Saudi. It's now going to be Night of Champions, the pay-per-view no one ever wanted.
So I guess that means Roman's going to Saudi. He's seeing that he's two of his champions.
Honestly, yeah. I was going to say,
right?
Roman's just out there like, God damn it. Like, I was scot-free out of there.
Right. Roman Reigns versus Gunther. Night of Champions. Belt versus belt.
Would you still not rather see King of the Ring, Queen of the Ring versus Night of Champions? That's Battle of the Belts just in one night.
People are going to be like, this is totally Vince. Vince has always hated the King of the Ring. Vince is,
I swear at this point, literally, you could serve someone a 5-star fine dining meal and everything. And literally, they'd eat it, they'd enjoy it, they'd rave about it. And then you tell them Vince McMahon cooked it, they'd be like, that was the worst meal I ever goddamn had. I can't stand that.
Yeah, man. Absolutely. Right now, Cesaro taking a page out of Daniel's book with the crossface, the label lock. ish. Yeah, he didn't hook the arm, so it is a crossface.
There you go. Well, JV is saying, your thoughts, boys. The main attraction for the Hall of Fame for WrestleMania 40, Paul Heyman. Yeah, absolutely.
I
If
fucking
there is
love
a
it.
place and a time to do it, the wise man. But who inducts? Honestly, give me Cornette to induct Paul Heyman. I feel like who else would do it? Who else?
You're asking fucking. You're asking.
I know
fucking
I'm asking for heaven and
so
earth.
much. You need hell to freeze over and pigs to fly on the same moment.
All right, who's got a catapult or a trebuchet or anything like that? And lives near Louisville, Kentucky. Will just stand by Cornette's yard and just fucking trebuchet fucking pigs over his fucking fence.
What? Go to Philadelphia.
Right. But who else would you have induct Paul Heyman? Unless he inducts himself. Which that would be such a Paul Heyman thing to do.
Paul Heyman thing to do. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Paul Heyman.
My name is Paul Heyman. And I'm here to tell you.
Do you think they could get Brock to do it?
No. His voice is cracking 10 seconds.
Right?
Oh, JV is saying Todd Gordon. I don't think that would go over.
No, I don't think it's going to be Todd Gordon.
Just saying. This turned into a shoot real quick. No, Bully. Bully would be the only person outside of Cornette.
I'm so confused by my life right now. What time is it on this planet? Okay. So
fair enough. That's how you know the vitamins are good. I'm so confused by my life.
So Ring of Honor was shorter than you?
They wrapped it up early, I guess.
It was an hour and a half, was it not? Instead of 2 hours.
Is it always? I didn't have it. You had it. You can have that. That ain't what I'm mad at.
Usually, Ring of Honor and Impact overlap. Tonight, not the case. Am I crazy?
I feel like I'm crazy. Losing my mind. I'm just a little on the vitamins. No. Yeah, no. Well, I had normally not on Thursdays, but yeah, I think it's normally been a 2-hour show. But I mean, roster's maybe getting a little thin there.
And they're talking about another fucking show and doing a brand split just to appease some babies. Put on your fucking Huggies.
No, it's because Tony just likes he can't figure out. Well, I keep adding shows, right? But you keep using the same people.
The same fucking people, dude. Schmark was on this show.
He's like, they keep saying I don't use the whole roster. I keep adding shows. What more do they want? I can only be on so many times. And he's like, right, but you keep using the same goddamn people across 5 fucking shows.
Right.
A brand split would not hurt AEW, honestly. If they could actually follow that, like they at least tried to with the rankings.
I actually thought about this
not be bad.
I thought about this a lot today. If you split the roster to basically what the Young Bucks are effectively trying to accomplish is they get like a Be the Elite style wrestling show on Saturdays, and they get to do whatever the fuck they want with their friends. So the Dark Order, Cutler, you go through the list of just fucking elite buddies, send them over to one side. And then on the Wednesday show, you'll get good wrestling. You'll get Danielson, you'll get Claudio, you'll get fucking FTR, you'll get some more of the real guys. Punk will be there.
That's the thing, though, is they literally have a diverse enough talent roster that they could do that.
2 completely different shows.
Right. It's not WWE, and that's the benefit that AEW has that they don't utilize, is that they do have a diverse enough roster. You could theoretically have your whole Saturday show be a fucking lucha show, and they'd have a deep enough roster to fill out a lucha show. They really wanted to. That's the diversity that they have in their roster. They don't capitalize on it because it's just, we run it back. Or if they put out a storyline that gets over 1 week, or people get invested in, or people are waiting for the follow-up, they drop it like a fucking hot potato the next week to pick up something else.
Yeah, and that's I mean that's a really interesting dynamic, and I know it's coming from a little bit of a hasty place as far as this rumor of like we'll split the roster. So like you can't be even in the same building, guys. We can't walk by each other.
We're just so scared. We're so scared.
No, there is something I do want to ask about.
I need a shirt of I Fear Larry.
I Fear Larry. There is something I want to get your take on because I know where your heart is as far as
fair enough. I know where you're probably going to go, but while you look at or do what you're doing, I'm going to run through some of these comments here.
That's so weird. I'm just pulling up the show real quick.
No, you're fine. Steven says ECW theme Hall of Fame next year. Absolutely.
Yeah, let's go. Dreamer wants in. I do not want to hear a Dreamer Hall of Fame speech. I love you, Dreams.
Oh, you don't want, like JV says, of Dreamer to induct Paul?
No, I don't want to hear that.
We get RVD to where he forgets his promo halfway through or his speech.
Or one of his eyes go blurry so you can't read the prompt.
I was going to say, by the way, T's and P's. Speaking of ECW T's and P's, and hopefully he's on the mend of Sabu.
Sabu, yeah.
So, and also I know Tommy Dreamer actually went through some hard stuff as well. So again, T's and P's through, I guess, a lot of the ECW originals. Sucks getting old, huh?
Yeah.
Hold on. Steven says, can Cornette induct Heyman will be awesome. Only problem is if Cornette will be talking for an hour. Hey, listen. Some of y'all might not like it. Some of y'all will.
Listen, no, we can't throw stones when it comes to length of talking.
I was gonna say, no, I like Cornette. Well, absolutely. I think, like you said, it was somebody that pointed out we talked about Vince on Raw for an hour and a half before we even really were talking about the show. So if there's one thing where you hear it's long-winded.
It's true.
One show for Cornette and one show for Meltzer. Could you imagine that's how they do the draft? The ultimate indoor draft. Cornette and Meltzer across both brands.
Who said that? JV?
No, Ratnick.
Whose idea was that?
One show for Cornette and one show for Meltzer.
Oh, Ratnick
expounded on it.
Yeah, funny. That's fucking genius, ladies and gentlemen.
And with the first pick overall, Team Meltzer selects Vikingo from AAA. No, he picked somebody from like Stardom that nobody fucking knows.
Yeah, right.
I gave them 7.5 stars for every match, so it's got to be good, right? Back,
it would be the most stars ever on a show ever if you had the Meltzer show. Like every match from start to finish would be
every match starts at a 10.
It's a down system.
You can only lose stars. You can never gain stars.
And I don't like taking away. Okay,
right.
Back to my question. Speaking of who Meltzer's number one pick would be.
Fair enough, but just real quick for those following along, I do have Kenny King starting off at Impact. Sorry.
That's funny. I feel like Elias.
Ezekiel? Elrod?
Yeah, I mean, we got to get this guy back. I don't know what happened. But, yeah, we got because Sunday we're getting the 10-man tag, right? 10-man death match.
You would know better than I do.
It's a true story.
I haven't been following along too much with Impact outside of I'm here for the pay-per-views.
Wait, but this match isn't happening tonight, is it?
Well, no, we've got the world's worst bounty hunter, Frankie Kazarian, showing up right now. Taking on Kenny King, escorted by the menagerie of greasy bastards, I guess, with Tommy Dreamer and so on and so forth.
Yeah, so we're getting a 10-man tag. I thought it was at Rebellion, but is it tonight? No,
I'm just getting a one-on-one. I don't know what you're getting.
Okay, is it a one-on-one?
Yeah.
Okay, that makes me feel better. No, okay, they're all at the side of the
vitamins ring. Are in full effect, folks.
But I've been just slugging along here.
That's what she said.
They get the advantage. So we're getting like a 10-man death match at Rebellion, and this is to who gets the advantage at the match.
All right. I know I mentioned Jim Cornette before. Please keep him away from that match. I do at least kind of like the man. I'd like to keep him around past this week. Right. I feel like the Baconators and the Wendy's and Dairy Queens and everything and might have an effect if he watches a 10-man death match.
But you're not going to get him anywhere near fucking Impact Wrestling. That's okay.
Touche,
He won't go anywhere near
is it
Impact.
still? Do they not opened the windows up enough yet to get the Vince Russo stink out and everything? The Dixie Carter smell.
This place smells shitty.
It's like Bret Hart on The Simpsons. His place got that old man stink.
Right. I feel bad. Speaking of, oh no, wait. Picking Kazarian. All right, cool.
No man, book Cornette versus Russo. Man, no, that'll be a shoot on shoot.
Yeah, but it would be a horrible shoot. If Jim Cornette could ever fight, like we all agree that Jim Cornette's a lot of bark and not a whole lot of bite, I imagine. I can't see him being a big fucking throat grabber back in his day, and I know he smacked some people around like Santino, but let's be real.
No, he'll be like that meme of just he'll walk up and just smack the shit out of him, and then gets up and he smacks him again. Right? Smack him again. Rick James, what did the 5 fingers say to the face?
But no, and I don't know what Russo could do in a fight. I mean, they're both pretty elderly at this point, so I could do without it. But it would be funny as shit.
Oh, yeah. But C Money says Taz would be the best speaker to induct Paul Heyman. Yeah,
I kind of like
debatable. Debatable. Be the funniest fucking speaker.
I don't know how is Taz feeling about Paul nowadays. I'm not sure how much making up has happened there.
Well, no. I think Taz would be fine. I like. Oh, he's probably one of the best commentators on that AW has on. Well, I would say on staff, but at least that they allow at the commentary table. But so that's not a bad shot. I still think Bully'd be probably the best at it because Bully's
a good show. As far as who WWE might want attention,
and still he has that way of talking to where he draws you into you need to pay attention to every word that he's saying, even if it's bullshit, and he'll every now and then throw in a little slick line or a little pop, what have you.
I've been agreeing a lot with Bully Ray on podcasts and stuff as of late. I mean, he's got a lot of good insight, but as far as somebody connected to Paul that is connected to WWE that they could probably pull off, I mean, Bully might be a high candidate for that option.
Yeah, well, and Bully's not tied to AEW enough that they would probably do it. And I was going to say, so that's why it's been getting real warm up here and everything. Hell's officially frozen over. We're agreeing with Bully Ray and everything like that.
A little bit.
But,
I agreed with something. I agreed with Chris Jericho this week.
Oh, God. That's really hell freezing over. C-Money says, Mick Ratnick says, Steve, not Theory. What?
What?
Oh, Austin. Oh, I see. I found the first part here. He's saying Austin. Why? To induct Heyman. Why?
Steve Austin. It's a tough one. I mean, realistically, in the WWE, nobody was closer to him than Brock forever. Nobody like Vince isn't going to do it.
You'd have a 10-second Hall of Fame speech with Brock. He's not cutting a fucking 15-minute. He's not doing a
Heartfelt speech for Brock Lesnar. I want to hear it. I want to see that tiny little piece of paper in his hand looking like a cracker.
Just shaking.
F5's
the podium just because he gets pissed off.
Brock smash. Brock smash.
Brock smash. Brock knows big words good. Brock smash. As I say this, I'm terrified that this man will sneak up behind me and just Cody roast me into an F5. Brock Lesnar is the boogeyman of professional wrestling. I'm the Brockerman, and I'm coming to get you. But sorry, you had a question somewhere amongst them.
Yeah, we got lost in the show. We'll get back to it. It was a little more AEW. I just curious.
Is it about?
No, we'll get into that. I know I said to the fans last night when it happened, I'm like, I wish Nick was here because it was such a like you if you watch the playback, I was like, I
don't know what to feel.
Wait, fuck. But it was a cool moment, and then you kind of react to the music. So fuck. But
yeah, it's a cool moment. It's a cool moment until you realize everything that surrounds that moment.
Yeah. I mean, no, what I was going to say is, oddly enough, in this whole scenario with Punk and everything else that's going on, I feel bad for Kenny Omega. And
Why?
you're a big Kenny Omega fan. You're a bigger Kenny Omega fan than me. And I feel bad for
Well,
him in the sense that
some is more than none, so that's obvious. But
well, I mean, I kind of like him, and I'm starting to like him more. At
you
times.
just like him because he's Canadian.
No, maybe a little. He gets bonus marks as a Canadian. But like, I mean, like even when you talk about Wembley, like, I mean, I forget we have Forbidden Door and other pay-per-views, but I want Kenny Omega and Osprey. I thought that's a completely different Kenny Omega. Feelings, I have them.
I just saw that. I was like, I need to fucking acknowledge this because it popped me. Feelings, I have them. I don't know what to do with them. You and me both, JV.
Right?
You're like the multiverse me, I guess.
Right.
But
yeah,
so
I feel bad for Kenny because I
Kenny.
feel like he's lumped in. Like if you split the shows, Kenny might most likely would end up over on the Bucks show, the Meltzer show, and I think he would do better.
May not be with AEW for that much longer.
Yeah, that'd be amazing.
Theoretically,
that would be mind blowing.
That's a bigger question of which would be the bigger surprise of Kenny Omega walking through a WWE curtain or CM Punk walking through a WWE curtain. Because Kenny, everybody's gone back and forth of, Kaz with a springboard or a slingshot cutter for a 2 count. But everybody's been all about, Kenny signed a new deal because of something Conan said and because he seems this and that and everything. It's like, no, he just probably had his contract extended because he missed 9 months of being away for
if I
injury.
was Tony, I'd
still
be
probably
extending
pulled
that
the Vince card
quick.
and said, you can have that, but I'm going to keep that.
Losing Kenny? Can you imagine losing Kenny before Wembley? No, extend that bitch. Let's go.
If that happens, or if that happens shortly after that happens around Wembley, anything that is the fucking breach in the hull of the Titanic is sinking now, the ship's going down. I feel a little bit of not as in a, they will cease to be type thing, but that's a big fucking torpedo across the bow there.
Oh my God.
That is a shot.
Oh shit. Oh, he missed it. Kenny was tapping out. Moose.
2, 3.
How the fuck did Moose get involved
Team
in this?
Bully has the advantage because Moose secured it for Kenny King.
Does Moose not look like $1 million, man? Like, this is a guy that, I mean, he deserves. He is a dominant fucking athlete in this company, and I don't know how he hasn't had a bigger payday yet. But it's got to be coming.
I don't want to do this because they're both phenomenal talents on their own and everything. But if you gave me Bobby Lashley and Moose as a fucking tag team and tell me that it would not smash and destroy everybody.
Omos, Bobby Lashley,
Moose. Redo the Hurt Business that apparently WWE didn't want to do again.
All right, so there's a giant mugging going on.
Absolutely, but so I'll say this, and I'll say this respectfully. Moose is everything WWE wants Bobby Lashley to be.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, I think
a lot of it.
Yeah, I think you're definitely onto something there. It's just he has more kind of charisma, and he takes more. He's just in a better place. But this whole thing between Bully, I'm sorry, I'm distracted. Bully and Slamovich is killing me. Who we're gonna? Your buddy, Ratty Daddy.
Oh yeah, my number one fan.
Your number one fan.
My number one fan.
But I was saying, right?
Yeah,
I was saying though, I do kind of feel like Kenny's stuck between a rock and a hard place because I feel like he is friends and tight with the Bucks, obviously, but I think his wrestling separates him from them.
Oh, absolutely. Well, you've even been there. You were here when Stacey says who won. So Kenny King won, which means Team Bully got an advantage in the first match, and I've got Steve Macklin coming out right now. But sorry, I literally got sidetracked on my point there. What did you just mention?
Nuclear heat. Wow, cheap heat. What?
What
were we saying? Oh, we were saying about Kenny and him kind of being stuck between
Oh,
rock and a hard place.
no, because we've been here. You've been here when we covered Wrestle Kingdom and everything, and now I had explained to you of New Japan Kenny is different than AEW Kenny. Kenny really does have that extra gear that he can literally put on clinics as a professional wrestling match. It almost feels like he gets dampered when he's in AEW because he's got to do the stick, the cheerleader, the rah rah rah, the gimmicky, the going back to the WCW age of it. If you you're telling me right now that Jay White versus Kenny Omega, that's a possibility that they could do on AEW.
Yeah.
Have we heard anything about it? No. Have we teased anything? No. Have we even really acknowledged that Jay White's here? No.
Sorry, Nick. On a quick side note, Kushida and Macklin. Macklin came out earlier to do a promo, giving the fans shit, and Kushida just came out swinging. So they've really made me believe that Kushida's got a fighting chance in this. For those who are following Impact for a while, Macklin seemed like even with Josh with the belt, Macklin was a definite threat to be the next champion. Now that it's Kushida instead of Alexander to get that strap, it felt like a done deal. The last 2 weeks don't feel that way.
Macklin is a guy that I would say, as Kushida, with a pretty blatant double takedown there on the outside. But Macklin to me is a guy that is underrated, that if he ever went, if Hunter ever rang his phone, you're telling me if you hit a kill shot on Roman Reigns, that wouldn't send a fucking holy shit message. Macklin has very much gone from a guy who was literally forgotten in the Forgotten Sons
completely
to being one of the top guys in professional wrestling. He has had and I don't want to fully coin it this way, but take your pause. But the Matt Cardona, push, run, etc. rub from being outside of the major two, I would say. So I'll just start here. I feel like I probably missed some. But by the way, folks, if we did miss any of your comments, anything like that, if you want to get your point across, you want to make sure we get your comment, you want to just help support the channel, anything like that, we do have the super chat, the super stickers, everything like that. 100%. Thank you for tuning in. We do this all the time for anything and everything. We were just here last night for Wednesday Night Dynamite. We're going to be back here tomorrow for Friday Night SmackDown and Rampage as well. So be a friend, tell a friend, like, share, and subscribe. But I've got Crazy Steve out here looking like he's missing at a rave. He got lost. He took a right turn instead of a left turn to the bathrooms. But can I have them both, WWE Kenny and CM Punk? I wish, Damien, honestly, I wish if we just could have Vince fully piss off, which I feel like we kind of have, but if we could not have that, sword of Damocles, I guess, if I'm going to quote Cornette here about, hanging over WWE, if it could drop at any moment, and all of a sudden we go back to just the Vince McMahon era of bullshit. But if you give me a Hunter booked WWE and we get Kenny and CM Punk, and we've got Cody, and we've got Roman, and we've got Seth, literally at this point, thy cup runneth over. Of you have almost too many top talent to book in the main event. But we've got Crazy Steve and Black Taurus right now versus Lindsay Dorado. So we're getting our double dip of the Lucha Party. And we've got Laredo Kid coming out right now. So, folks, if you haven't done so already, give me a prediction on this match, whether you're taking Decay or, I guess, not Lucha House Party. But Steve says, I think if Omega leaves AW, he'll go back to New Japan. That's not a bad shout, though, too. Honestly, if you gave me Kenny Omega versus Sonata, 100%, that's a fantastic bout. And it's even when it's talking about Wembley. Oh, we've still got Rich Swann coming out, too. So is this a 6-man or is this trios tag? I'm new to Impact a little bit, much like how KJ quit Tuesdays. I guess I haven't been as diligent on my Impact research here. But oh no, it's just going to be a 5-way. So Crazy Steve isn't in the match. We've got Black Taurus versus Lince Dorado versus Rich, or Fatal 4-way. So we've got Lince Dorado versus Rich Swann versus Laredo Kid versus Black Taurus. So give me your predictions for that match, folks. But what was I talking about? Oh, if Kenny went to New Japan, it's not a bad. Still, even if you didn't do Punk at Wembley, Omega Osprey 3, I think it would be at this point, would be a fantastic match to have there. That could still main event there, 100%. If you've got enough that you could build off of, you could sell it, and it's in the UK. Now, do they go Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania, and Kenny still wins even in the UK over Osprey? But Taurus with a corkscrew dive on the outside on everybody. But I like somebody in the Impact chat just said Laredo Kane. Well, we've got Lucha Kane, or Kanosaurus, sorry, coming to AEW, and still, especially when we got the little vignette and everything's with the red light and all of that. I could just keep picturing the fucking like Kane Finger 11 theme playing throughout all of that. We got SmackDown tomorrow. What? Rampage. What? NBA playoffs tomorrow. What? We'll be on TNT tomorrow. What? What I want Ezekiel Elliott to the Philadelphia Eagles. What? In the NFL draft? What? Double what on that? Well, because he's a free agent, so I don't know how you're going to draft Ezekiel Elliott after he's already been in the league. But I mean, good on you, Clay. I assume you're pulling for Anthony Richardson as well with the Gators thumbnail, but I don't see the Eagles taking a quarterback, especially when you've got Jalen Hurts. I mean, I wouldn't be mad if the Bills signed Ezekiel Elliott. I mean, depending on the deal and how much money you're paying him. Then again, we were in talks to get D-Hop and also Derrick Henry as well. But absolutely, folks, we got a stacked weekend, and trust me, we still got shows that we're going to be covering on the weekend. I think we're going to be here for GCW. Why? I think we're also going to be here for New Japan. Why? Speaking of New Japan, why? So 100%, folks. We are your alternative commentary for anything and everything. We're your wrestling buddies. We're the homies you just want to kick it with. So absolutely tell everybody that you know, be a friend, tell a friend, like, share, and subscribe. Towers, superplex, shoulder drop with a frog splash from Rich Swann onto Black Taurus. So everybody down. Moose is a tiger shark in a pond. Moose King Lashley. Oh, we're going back to that. That was still, for those who watched Impact for a while, that was a bit of the, I feel, precipice for what became the Hurt Business in WWE. So good shout with that, GV. I'll give you that. Oh Christ, I missed a fair amount of comments here, so I'm gonna try and go through them quick. Give me Bobby Lashley versus Moose versus Thomas versus Bronson Reed. Oh Lord, you're just trying to make me see Elizabeth there with a big beefy boy slapping meat paws. The new Hurt Business: Lashley, Moose, Kenny Dawkins with MVP. Oh, so he just turns on Ford. What about Trick or Carmelo? I took Bobby Lashley 10 years just to get decent in-ring skill. No, Bobby Lashley's already had decent in-ring skill. He was just greener than goose shit when it came to talking on the microphone. He had absolutely no personality. It took his Impact run, honestly, is when I think Bobby Lashley found the most of his personality. Tornado backbreaker by Lince. Macklin is the next champion. I agree with you on that. The main event for Dynamite should have been Ricky Starks versus Juice Robinson. Instead, we got Uncle Phil versus Jazz. I see what you did there, JV. But no, the wrong person won in that match. I'll say that. Even with Keith Lee out there with the white hairs and everything. And why did Lince literally just do that like on his head like he's a fucking cat? But even with Keith Lee out there with the gray hair and everything, looking, all like philosophical Jones and everything. He still should have won that match, I feel, versus fucking Jericho. Jericho needs to start doing some actual jobs instead of just, oh, well, I take an L and then I win the next 4 matches. But Toro turning up right now. Oh, pop-up Samoan drop. Black Taurus with a pop-up Samoan drop onto Lindsay and then throws Christ, I already blanked on Lucha Kane's name here. Just chokeslam onto Rich Swann. I love Steve Macklin. Jack, what up? Oh yeah, take your pause. Okay, Jack, you do you, boo-boo. He's crazy because he spells it with 2 Z's. Yes. That's how you know it's pizza instead of pizza. All that, yeah. That's how you know he's crazy. Oh, they're even pointing out a little botchy. Should have taken that left turn at Albuquerque. There you go. You mentioned Punk, Kenny, Cody, Roman, and Seth, and completely forgot AJ Styles and Balor. Well, oh my God. So, JV, now we're splitting hairs here. That's proving my point there is that there would be so much talent at that top that literally, Christ, so we forgot about Drew, we forgot about Gunther, we forgot about Big E, we forgot about so and 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 so. There would be
forgot about Drake.
Wrong song, but you got my point. I love how I correct myself.
Shit.
All right, but there would be so much talent in that division or in that company that, your mid card would now feel like your junior heavyweight title. Spanish Fly, 3 count. Yeah. Laredo Kid picks up the win. The man, I forgot his name, Lucha Kane.
Lucha Kane.
Well, somebody, I think in the chat here, whether it was here or was on the Impact chat, said, yeah, Lucha Kane. I see it. We got Lucha Kane and Kanosaurus. So, Glenn Jacobs, watch out for this tag team. Steve says, Nick, not me, man. Why so Roman can destroy all of them? At this point, I forgot the point that you're probably.
What were we arguing?
All right. Team Laredo picking Swan, Laredo. See, I was terrible. I'm way behind. Is the House of Glory pay-per-view on Fight TV tomorrow night? Damien,
no.
It does not seem to be.
No.
I don't know if House of Glory has an issue with Fight or what, but the past couple of times we've been excited for a House of Glory show, you can't find it on Fight.
Yeah, definitely a little excited about this one, but I can't find it. So tough shout. Hey, House of Glory, if you want to hook us up, let us know.
Right. We'll be your little watch party, your alternative commentary, your home for all things pro wrestling. Why?
What?
Man, Jordan Gray's face does not look good. What's the deal? I'm being serious. That's just disturbing. Artists each their own. I feel. I don't mind.
Right. I'm getting a little package about the Motor City Machine Guns.
Absolutely. The reason I added Dawkins to the Hurt Business is so he won't get lost in the shuffle because Ford will be a star with or without Dawkins. So you don't want him to get Tucky.
But so you didn't want to get him lost in the shuffle, so you put him in a shuffle with 4 other guys.
Right, but no, you don't want him to get. I saw people already worried that Dawkins is going to get, like Tuckied from.
It feels like it. Feels like no matter what he does, we'll see what happens.
Dawkins
He's a talented
is
guy.
fucking good though. Dawkins is good. Even Dawkins and Trick as a goddamn tag team. Shit.
There you go.
Right. Steven already taking the words out of your mouth here.
Yeah, this is a no spoiler zone. We do watch the shows live and we react live, unscripted, uncensored, off the hip. So yeah, if you know the answers, keep them to yourself.
All right. Big Nick, question of the day: who has done a better job at putting younger talent over, Jericho or Jarrett? Is neither an option? Is neither an option?
Right.
Because that's what the answer is neither. Ooh, we got Rosemary and Havoc backstage. Let's do the time warp again. Whoa. That's what it looks like.
We had Taya Valkyrie being warped away into a casket last week, so
don't worry, Eric Young's been stuck in there for God knows how long.
Yeah, we can't find Eric Young. He was buried alive, so
he's still allegedly under contract from WWE. Just they don't know what to do with him.
I think a lot of people were in a holding pattern waiting to see what happened after Mania, but people like were losing our minds. But I think at some point we're going to start seeing some trickles. Okay, they opened the casket and she's gone. Well, duh.
Well, and then Rosemary stomped on it saying it's supposed to be a doorway. Like I said, this reminds me of Rocky Horror Picture Show of let's do the time, let's do the casket warp again.
This is what I will say. At least Ring of Honor doesn't have any vignettes like this. Any backstage stuff. It's just match.
But do you not at times though, like, and I think it's a bit because of who's involved of it's Jessica and it's Rosemary that you do kind of halfway like the camp.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, and me and Luna are like kind of joke about it, right? Like she loves it, right? It's got that soap opera-y vibe to it, but yeah, it's not terrible.
Fair enough.
It really can't be though.
No bet. And Big Daddy Kane.
Big Daddy KJ.
He's gonna be the special guest enforcer.
There you go.
Steve Money, yeah, and Stephen A. Smith voice. Stay off the gas. Stay off the vitamin. I still say that man being at WrestleMania was getting you ready for when he's out there doing your pre-shows out there with. He's out there with Sam Roberts and what's
not Sam?
Yeah, well, what's other dude's name there? Radio DJ, bald head.
There's not Sam, and then who's the other dude?
Right, but when he's out there with Kevin Patrick and all of that, and Charlie Caruso, and he's doing the fucking pre-show, he's out there with Booker T with Shucky Ducky Quack Quack, because he's been out there during the UFC ones and just irritated the shit out of Joe Rogan and Daniel Cormier and everything.
Well, it's really weird. They came out and they have this really like metal entrance, which we know, but it was very like lights on. Like, why didn't they dim the lights at all or blink them a little? Or like they were rocking out, but there was no like visual to go with it. So it just looked like they were hearing music that we weren't hearing.
Fair enough. What in the Maleficent bullshit is this?
It's Taylor Wilde.
Fucking, Taylor Wilde is she coming after Sleeping Beauty with this shit?
The Wiccan, is that what they are?
When you order Julia Hart from Wish.com.
Oh snap! Friend of the show, Taylor Wilde. No, just kidding.
Well, hi.
And of course we know Kylan King had a cup of tea with the big boys.
Well, she just looks like the ultimate. This is her. She's the fucking Kevin Nash to Shawn Michaels here with the tarot cards.
Right. Well, they were the ones that beat Havoc.
Damn, I did not realize she was that tall.
She is super fucking tall. You actually got a really good point. I've been watching her week in and week out, and I didn't realize she was that tall.
That's cool because I haven't been watching her week in and week out, and I'm like, God damn.
Like, is Taylor Wilde 5'1"?
We represent the Lollipop Guild, the Achu Guild, the Lollipop Guild.
Right.
Option C. Nope. Next question. I don't know what we're talking about, but fair enough. Can Alicia wear more makeup? Tammy Baskets. Oh, okie dokie. I missed that one. Taylor Wilde, Isla Dawn reject. No. So here's the fucking tree of evolution here. And I know I just said Isla instead of Isla, but
Isla. I got you saying it.
Yeah, f off. But no, you have like Isla Dawn, which then became Julia Hart, which now has become Taylor Wilde, which I think still somewhere floating. That's the overarching thing here is Soraya, aka Paige, of that she's like the loop in the whole circle here that keeps it going around and around.
Right. He's the one. Yeah. No.
Letting us know his favorite type of bread. Ciabatta, ciabatta, ciabatta.
What do you put your meatballs on?
Ciabatta.
There you go. JD Drake.
I stole your gimmick. I'm sorry.
That's right. Why is that my gimmick?
Misspelling names? Yeah, that's your mispronouncing names. Yeah, that's your gimmick.
Ciabatta. They call him Bunzy. Oh,
Pause.
They're Taylor just walking on Havoc.
I'm here. What? Where's Luna?
What?
Right here. What? Where are you? What? Joe Hendry, there are 2 words that you want to say. What are those 2 words? Me. Pause. It's more than 2 words, but I believe in Joe Hendry.
Dude. You get stuck in your head so quick. I saw him on the card tonight and I started singing it right away.
Exactly. It's the same with adrenaline in my soul.
Something, we are alive.
Right, I was gonna say, make you stuck with me. No Luna. It's like watching emo kids do their hardcore screamo dance, and you sit there with no context, wondering why are these people swinging at invisible people. JV, that's your thoughts and your thoughts alone.
No, I understand what he's saying about Havoc.
Fine, you can have that.
Right? I get it, JV, but it did because they didn't have why didn't they at least dark their they're members of Decay technically. They fucking why couldn't they just darken it? Do something. They're gonna blame the Canadian lighting guy. Son of a bitch.
Well, is Impact at this point pretty much a Canadian company like how it was before when it was fully bought by Anthem?
Yeah, pretty much, right? What was this? Peter Rosenberg.
Thank you. You can tell how important he is because we can't ever remember this man's name. I think we
ever.
I know I forgot it during the WrestleMania panel, all of that. Yeah.
That guy, blame Canada.
With all their bearded heads so full of lies, blame Canada. Did you see somebody did the fucking thing to where they made Sammy and KO look like Terrence and Phillip from South Park and everything?
No, I didn't see that one yet.
That's funny shit. It's got them both in the ring. They've got the floppy head like Ike and everything.
Oh, Kylan King up on the apron. Rosemary eats a knee. Kylan's a difference maker. Havoc is too, though.
Now they said that was as Taya Valkyrie. I almost call her Taya Valkyrie. Taylor Wilde picks up the win here.
There you go. Friend of
they called it what?
Friend of all of us. I was say friend of Luna Havoc. Taylor Wilde. This is interesting.
My bad.
No, not at all. I love it. It's funny as shit, and it's. I don't know, dude. The knockouts division's kind of lacking a little as of late, a little bit.
Oh my God, Jordan. All right, respectfully, can I say something that are my thoughts alone?
Wait, what?
Jordan Grace right now looks a little bit like got him. Slugger wants the temperature.
Just
Her
doing
face is a
curls and being
little
like,
too sunk in, I feel. Little too.
dude, what's scary about this visual, and I mean this in the utmost respect, but what is scary is for us, and I know there's a few people out there watching right now who watch Impact every week with us. 7 days ago, dude, she didn't look like that. 14
She's
days
super
ago,
dehydrated. She's super. That's what it is. She is at like
yeah,
0.0% body fat.
you need fat. Everybody needs
Oh,
a little. Everybody needs a little chub in their life. It's just the way it is.
all right. I
Accept
thought I
it.
paused the first one, and then you just doubled down
No,
and
I
said,
had to
"You can
push a
have
little
that."
further.
Right.
You have to wonder, like, has Jordan Grace got to the point where is this become too much?
Little bit.
Like, I mean, to each their own, your body, your choice, blah, 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 blah.
You
But
do you,
literally,
boo-boo.
do you? But do you not worry that it almost, to this point, almost seems like a disorder? Where
It
like,
didn't look healthy. That's the thing. And I'm not
yeah, like,
trying to act like I'm a fucking beacon of physical
yeah, I'm just
health.
right.
I'm a dude talking on YouTube, but still, it looked concerning.
Yeah, like, and again, she went from being a thicker statured woman, which
Thicker than a Snickers, baby.
thicker than a Snickers, and there was no problem. I thought, great wrestler, great looking lady, and then she decided to turn up the fitness. Great, that's amazing. We all wish we could cut down some body fat, but then it just felt like it kept going and kept
But these
going.
go to 11. These go to 11.
Yeah.
No, just dial it back to like 9, sweetheart.
Right. So we got Eddie Edwards with his wife as he's going to get a last rites match against PCO.
Oh, boy. Is that not a thing, though, with Impact? If everything's got to be like a final will and testament match, a feast or fired. Like, you either win or you're fucked permanently.
Hey, man, that should be on a t-shirt. Everybody needs a little chub in their life.
Hey, it's not like we don't own a merch store or anything like that.
Right? I can put that on a t-shirt, can't I?
You can do it.
Daniel.
But what I was initially trying to get at is that Taylor Wilde, they said she won with like a spinning fisherman suplex. It was like, no, it's just a corkscrew net breaker. It's I believe in Joe Hendry.
Buddy, I'm telling you right now, even you don't watch Impact, you got to go find the clips of Joe and Fandango and Santino. It's like my favorite thing on Impact Wrestling right now.
Santina. Trust me, I used to love Santina as much as I'm sure I
killed me, dude.
Jim Cornette being one of those people that like, no, I want wrestling. No, I loved Santino Marella. Like when he was gonna win the Royal Rumble, I sat there and fucking pot and lose my mind. I was like, do it, Alberto, do it. Yeah, you need to do it.
Right? Joe Hendry got us all clapping. The Cobra, man, I couldn't. I hated it. I felt like Cornette.
Well, I guess that's probably why I like Otis and stuff like that. Like you're either you're fully comedy with me, or you're fully serious. There's no gray area.
You know what? It's funny because Otis does at times give you that Farley vibe. I just think I don't know. I lost it with him. I don't know. We'll see what he can do. I'm always about, let it play out. We'll see where we get. But right now, I have no love for Otis.
No love for the
him
Otis.
And his caterpillar.
Yeah, see? Chef's there with me of John Cena.
Now, okay, that popped me.
I've really gone through and watched clips of him mispronouncing wrestlers' names.
It's the best shit. It's the best
shit. To get people to break. And he slips so far, like in and out of it. It's so like watching him talk with his regular voice. It's like, what? That's not you. Can Santino be my common law wife? Yes, I said Santina.
I feel
Santina
like
Cabrera.
I feel like Fandango's becoming like the Cher of wrestling. Like he just been here forever. He just still
Right.
going. Like he makes good wherever he kind of shows up. Oh, there he is. He's awesome. Woo.
Absolutely.
What did
Forgot
I
his
admit?
Mexican cousin, Juan Cena. No, his
AJ admits he likes
non-Mexican
good.
equivalent, Senor Spielbergo.
Right. John
Yes,
Cena.
Nick, we know you're here. John Cena.
Oh, the design is here.
Is it weird that I almost thought there for half a second that Alan Angels was getting Eric Young?
I had a moment. I don't blame you.
There was a moment.
They're like, hey, does anyone know someone that kind of looks like Eric? They're like, hey, we got a friend.
Right.
We're going to kill off Eric. Anyone know a little Eric?
Well, it's so. This has been one of the interesting factions that WWE has pretty much, not WWE, Impact has pretty much always managed to do right with of when they were Violent by Design. Now they're just the design. It's like they finally figured out what they fucked up with Aces and Ace and just made it good.
Yeah, a little bit. And I mean, I will say this. I was super impressed with Diener, right? Like I'm a big Eric Young fan. I see someone in the comments that said, they mishandled him, misused him, and the main roster did. NXT didn't. And I think they didn't get to a real peak in NXT because they went to the main roster, but then didn't. Wow. But Diener did really good. He kind of gave us like that real big kind of transition leader moment, did a couple really good vignettes. I've been impressed with Diener.
Well, that's the thing, is it's done well to get a lot of guys over. Of Impact's been good at one of those of they get guys you wouldn't expect to get over really well.
Yeah.
Like Steve Matlin's a prime example. Christ, honestly, Moose, you might have to go back a little bit, but he's another great example. Christ, Sami Callihan has and that's not a disrespect on him or his talent, but he has a lot to thank from his time in Impact of building up what is Sami Callihan now.
Yeah, and he's had a good run. So they got him tied into the design right now, where he's a part of the design. They shaved his head, but they keep like, if he's in a match, they fuck him over. If he's not in the match,
so he's Danielson in the Wyatt family.
Yeah, kind of. It's a real weird dynamic.
You're setting up for him versus Diener, I feel.
Yeah, we're heading towards Sammy versus Diener. Eventually, Diener is going to snap, probably at Rebellion.
But it is
right now we got.
Sorry,
Nick. We got Dango and Hendry taking on Callahan and Angels. So if you guys want to make a prediction on that, remember, if you know the answer, keep it to yourself. But if you want to make a guess, we are all ears to see who you think is going to take this.
Yes, we've got Dirty Dango and Joe Hendry. Do you believe in Joe Hendry?
I believe in Joe Hendry. I want to see Joe Hendry shit in like in a arena. Like, I'm not saying Wembley. I mean like a Monday Night Raw or a SmackDown, or like a bigger venue.
You hit on a perfect spot there, and I feel like because of the international like time that Henry spent there, I need, even if it's on a goddamn pre-show, it's in a nothing, it's in literally a piss break, pause for the cause match, what have you. Joe Hendry comes out at Wembley, and I bet you the crowd screaming with the whole "I believe in Joe Hendry" would fucking
make sense,
take
but we'd all love it.
It will be that's the thing, is it'll be like the same thing like when Bailey's over there of like, hey, Bailey, I wanna know, will you be my girl? Like that, they'll just go with it. That's gonna be the funnest thing I feel when it comes to the AEW show, is they're going to encourage and entice and play into
Oh yeah,
banning and everything like that, and go
wait
with
till you
it.
hear. Wait till you hear.
They'll try
50,000
and
people,
ramp them up.
right? 50,000 people singing Judas. Probably open the show with it.
Oh,
And it's not a bad
please,
move.
so
It's
we
not a
don't
bad
have
show.
to hear it anymore.
Right? Like, I mean, as much as I bag on Jericho, there is, I mean, if you open the show with Judas, it would be a good choice. Right out of the gate,
Yeah,
get everyone singing.
Could you start it off with da 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 da?
I don't know. I don't think it might. I mean, it would work probably at this point.
They just want to cheer. That's going to be the thing. And
Right.
that's, I think, what's going to make that show great is just that crowd, whether it's 30,000, 40,000, 50,000, what have you. They're going to want to react for that.
Yeah. And you know what? We talked a lot about Joe Hendry in the song.
Smellness.
Oh, he kicked angels. We talk a lot about Joe Hendry's gimmick and his infomercial and the sing-along, but the guy is an athlete, man. He can bang.
Oh, absolutely. As he just picks up the win right there, as we've got dissension between Diener and Sami Callihan right there. Yeah, I think the man's a damn near triathlete, everything like that. But I believe in pauses for the causes.
Oh, there he goes. Folks, Joe Hendry gets the pinfall. Diener and Sami Callihan are having a bit of a dispute at the moment. And in comes Big Con, formerly of Ascension, taking out Joe Hendry and Dango. Woo! All right. And Callihan now just, I think he's taking the eye out of Joe Hendry here. Oh, we got company. Santino Morella. Dango fighting back. Joe fighting back. And I just saw something we rarely see in wrestling. Hold that thought, folks. Santino going after Diener. You know what? Santino lays in a punch still, guys. Yes, PCO is a Canadian Frankenstein, not human. Santino Marella. He's got the snake. Where's Nick? He's got the sock. Angels is in trouble. Cobra. Down he goes. So Santino Marella is going to make his in-ring return at Rebellion. Okay. What a group. Santino, Joe, and Fandango. Hate me all you want, but I hate Judas. The song is terrible. I like good metal, and that's not good. I don't like the song. I agree with you, Daniel, as far as being an entrance song. Like, yeah, you want to call it metal? No, it is what it is. It's a hair band metal, which isn't all bad, and this is not there. But nonetheless, the point is, I don't think it's a bad entrance, and the fact that the audience is completely into it is what it is. Do I think the guy's been a heel for 2 years with a sing-along song? It's kind of ass backwards. And again, where I believe, due to his relationship with Tony, you're able to bend things and get them the way you want to get them. And I know Chris was like, I said we should change, but Tony insisted. Bullshit. But it's good. I can't take it away from him. Like, the sing-along works. I catch myself, fucking rocking out, but yeah, like it's not a great jam. I don't I really don't venture too far with Fozzy ever, right? Hendry's one of the few actual students of the golden age of wrestling. He's outstanding, Daniel. Big fan of Joe. Now I'm getting a package for this championship, and we're getting a little bit of history here on Kushida. I really like this. Like, I like this, like the package they're putting together. They're making Kushida look like a badass. We knew the name Kushida had, but you kind of get caught up in the playfulness that he had in NXT, right? Hanging around with jackets. We got jacket time. But Kushida's a badass. Now, I said it. I thought this was Macklin's title. Done deal. But no. Who's the lady on Dreamer's team versus Bully Ray's team? Damien? I missed it. Help me out. I know, but you can't cover the whole sun with your hands. They shouldn't have tried to sweep what CB did under the rug with crap TV. All right. Where are we going with that? PCO is not a human. Got that one. Gasp. There's a pretty cute black girl on JV feeling it tonight. PCO took a hearse to the chest. He wins. Yeah, but then what happens if Sami Callihan loses a last rights match? What happens to Sami? What happens to Sami? KJ, what the hell are you watching? I'm watching Knockouts Battle. I don't know. Am I not watching the right show? Yeah, I was just watching the match. Are you confused in my life? There we go. No, I got a package. I don't know what you're talking about. Don't. Oh. Yeah, KJ, I get that Judas makes crap pop, but it's like, man. Yeah, I get where you're going, Daniel. It's all a part of the Carney show. Stu is going crazy. What Stu? Killer Kelly. Killer Kelly. There you go. Thank you, Damien. I knew you had my back. No, she's on Bully's team. No, I thought it's Masha on Bully's team. You tried to kill me. This is so good. That's why I think maybe PCO loses. What if PCO loses and shows up on Ring of Honor? Helps out the righteous. Put him back with Vincent. Let's go. I mean, PCO wins at life. Being able to take that to the chest. Fair enough, man. Right? Oh, we got Bully. Mick, take a breath. Lots of comments. So they got this huge squad now. Kenny King, Moose, Brian Myers, the Good Hands, the GCW World Champion, Masha. It's quite the collective. Quite the squad. Look at this group. So Bully's cutting a promo, talking all about Dreamer and the issues. What about me? What about Raven? I like it, Bryce. They're going to give Sami Callihan the Drake Ramore death. Oh, make it serious. Where he falls out of the elevator shaft and they kill him off. Drake. It took me a second there. In case a random box will fall on his head. Oh, I think we're gonna get a little more than that, JV. I think it's gonna I'm really looking forward to this match. I just don't know how it goes, how it ends, where they take it. But Bully putting in some business. Okay. Thunder. I'm looking forward to Bounty Hunter Brian Keith first. Yeah, listen, Saturday on GCW, I'm a big fan of the Bounty Hunter. Irie, yeah, I mean, it's going to be a good match. I just don't want to fuck up the name. But yeah, Bounty Hunter is Bounty Hunter was supposed to fight someone else recently. Who was he supposed to fight? And it didn't happen. What if PCO, Vincent, and Danhausen all go to our Ring of Honor? KJ, Danhausen are great together. It's possible. Danhausen just doesn't really do much. Maybe he'll do more in Ring of Honor. The idea of PCO going to back with Vincent over at Ring of Honor, I'm okay with that. I think it goes well. But right now we got Giselle Shaw in the ring. Okay, KJ, I'm like 3 segments ahead of you. Yes, we're watching on YouTube, JV. So we go commercial free at 8:15 every Thursday. I forgot the friendly reminder. Boom, 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 boom. I got a tough one. Which faction was more successful, 3MB or the Firm? Fuck. 3MB lasted longer and did a little bit more. The Firm has been completely and utterly useless. Tasha Steele for the win. Okay. Yeah, I mean, we haven't got a lot out of Tasha lately. Let's see. Former champion, former tag champion. We'll see what happens. Postmodern, though. Yeah, it's true. Are you happy with the East West Express? Are the new GCW Tag Team Champions? The last GCW event, they defeated the Motor City Machine Guns. Yeah, I mean, we talk about the East West Express all the time. And, I mean, nothing but a bright future from Jordan Oliver. And they, as soon as I pull back the other name into my head, I will say it. But yeah, no, they've been outstanding and up and coming, bright future. We saw Jordan Oliver win the J Cup. The other dude signed to AEW, even though his name is just completely at the tip of my tongue. 3MB post-mortem, though. Okay, there you go. True. I read it completely wrong, Nick. I'm usually not here for Thursdays. I'm just here to support. And KJ, can I answer that 3M versus the Firm? Yes, I think we got it. 2 out of the 3 members of 3MB are former world champion. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Everyone stated possible, multiple reasons why. So right now I got a push a match. If you want to make a prediction, by all means, make a prediction. Let me know. Who are you taking? And Tasha Steeles and Giselle. Oh, big slap. Whoo. What else we got? Folks? Keep it coming. The show rolls on. Does it need 2 more members? Are they all like? Yeah, I guess he would need more. It's going to be are they doing it outside? Where is this match taking place? All right. So, folks, I'm just getting a little flip, and we're back to the action. That would have been a commercial spot. I will remind everybody as the show goes on, we are back tomorrow. Myself, Big Nick, doubleheader Friday. Then we're here all weekend long. There's tons of wrestling to cover. The weekend does cap off with Rebellion on Sunday. That'll be a fun night. I'm looking forward to it. Stack card by Impact. folks, don't go anywhere. Strap in, strap on, like, subscribe, share, be a part of the family. Tell everybody you know about us. We are rolling. If you want all your wrestling coverage, your alternative commentary to all of it, we are here almost every single night. As Tasha Steele works her into the corner. Match is off and running. The pretty girl is going to win. So no matter who, win. There you go. Frankie Sarian, Yua Umori, and Killer Kelly. Oh, they got Gujar as well. Okay, so they do. Okay. But then wouldn't it be like 12? I think we're not capping this at 10. Maybe Myers is just watching. I don't know, Rocco. KJ, I think, C Money. KJ, I think Eddie wins Ring of Honor title due to the Elite costing Claudio. Eddie. Oh, okay. It makes storyline AEW makes sense. Yeah, no, I don't know, Rocco. I think that if Eddie wins, he's got to win clean. It's got to be an underdog victory. I don't think you should muck it up. Oh, Savannah. We got a kick out. But yeah, I don't know if that's a little bit of a stretch at this point. Is there another GCW show on Sunday night as well? Damien, there might be. I feel like they're starting to do shows 6 days a week. So there probably is. KJ, I don't know if I asked you this yesterday. Here's the faction I pitch. MJF, heel Sting as manager. Oof. Cheek Boys as MJF goons. Cheek Boys as MJF goons could work. MJF as having like a heel manager. I don't know how much that flies because MJF's going to want a microphone. I think some people have talked about it with when he was in Pinnacle and Tully not getting a whole lot of airtime. He is like the wrestler. He's the Reg Dunlop. He'd be the player coach, right? Like he's not going to really adhere to like having a manager speak for him. Yeah, I think that's his shtick.
Who?
Reg Dunlop?
Who?
Man, I thought you'd get it. Someone out there knows what I just did.
Fair enough. But yeah, no, that's. Are we going back to the Dangerous Alliance there? Of we're gonna get heel Sting? Like, no.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna see heel Sting ever again.
Not quite.
No,
I don't know who I like more, Cora Jade or Sky Blue. Well,
Chris, that's why you go Cora Blue. You're good to go.
Sounds like a fucking Finding Nemo character. Cora Blue.
Right. Come here, Cora Blue.
Yes, he needs 2 more members. Bully, add Moose and Myers tonight. Good Lord.
That's going to be a ridiculous match. Yeah, I thought it was 10-man as well.
Does that not just become chaos, though? Like, literally just everybody just have at it. But so who do you have? Do you have Giselle Shaw? Yeah, stay golden, Pony Boy. Stay
golden, Pony Boy. I'll go Steels.
Fair enough. Shit. I didn't think you were gonna go there. Because I was gonna take her too. So I'll take Giselle Shaw. Well, right now she's got a fucking neck crank.
Yeah.
Locked in.
And Giselle just hasn't won a whole lot. No. And she's been more of a playful, gimmicky kind of character as of late.
Fair enough. Here's my excuse for this. Sting can be the Ric Flair to Triple H for MJF. So you're just doing evolution.
Oh, I see. I like it.
Evolution is a mystery. That's why you should never book it in AEW.
No. Yeah, I don't know.
No.
Listen, I didn't exactly like. I like what Sting did. He came out and hyped up Darby, but there was elements that felt like the dad who drags his kid out to the block to like tell all the kids to play with him because
we're gonna tell everybody how much of a little piece of you've been.
Right? Like, my son is awesome. Do not be mean to him. Let him play with you. All right, man.
You're an asshole.
Right? Timmy is wonderful. Little Darbs here, he's great.
He's a little spooky at times. He's a little antisocial, but he can hit a kickflip like no other. So you play nice with him, or me and your dad are going to have problems.
Right. There's a pay-per-view. GCW red means green. So green might mean red on this one.
Damien, I'll put it this way. If you want to make sure, folks, that we can sit here and be covering anything and everything, even more than we already do and everything like that, we got the super chat, the super stickers, everything like that. We got the merch store. We got everything. If you spread the good word of the wrestling, the good gospel of the Wrestling for Life Network, and that's how we end up to where this just becomes our profession of just here covering all the wrestling. Then we can cover all the shows.
I would really like to free up
some enough job so far.
I would really like to free up some time to, work on this particular project. So yeah,
this is what I like to do. The others,
would like
I just have to.
Others, right. It's So if y'all want to help us out, go to we will accept all types of currency regardless of
right. I was gonna say we cover countries. We cover. I take Air Max, Discover, Visa. All that.
Nick Wayne. Oh, sorry, dude. I had an epiphany.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought, you got there.
Yeah, I was struggling to remember Nick Wayne. I want to call him Nick Carter for 6 minutes. I'm like, it's not Nick Carter.
No.
That was botchy as fuck.
Oh yeah, that was
nasty landing.
She was trying to go for a code breaker and got none and a half of it. It's interesting how much AWs they've signed now. Billy Starks, they've signed Nick Wayne, who's going to debut. They signed him even before he turned 18.
Scoop him up early.
They're fully fully investing in youth.
Yeah. What I do believe they need is I do believe they need some type of developmental program, not just you wrestle on dark until I think I can book you on Dynamite.
Well, then it becomes, do I book you on Dynamite? Do I book you on Rampage? Do I book you on Dark Elevation? Do I book you on my Saturday show? Do I book you on Ring of Honor? I don't know where to book you.
Stratisfaction? No, blocked. Wow. Just a rude clothesline to the back of the head. Steal.
And Rhea Ripley pinned for a 2 count.
Our lovely friend Luna was pulled away due to
what do you mean? I just had a makeover. What are you talking about?
Right, little floofy.
Floofy. I grew a beard. The hair went going this way, went that way.
Right, and she'll be live at Impact on Sunday as well, folks. So we'll look for her there as well. She'll be back next Thursday.
I was gonna say, are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
You know the boys. You know how the boys get.
Oh, I know.
You got to show. You got a V-neck or something you can throw on? Help us out here.
I mean, I'm like Chris Farley and fucking. That answer is correct. That prediction is correct. Yeah, no.
I remember young KJ was very disappointed when they turned the camera on at that particular moment. Oh, man.
Let's see some side boob. Nope. Yeah, no, absolutely, folks. We do this like no other, Always, that's why you need to hit that bell notification. You need to hit that subscribe button because you never know who's going to show up. Christ, we didn't expect, Cole and Grim Reaper and all of that to just be like, hey, you guys are pretty fucking cool, right? So, absolutely.
Oh, Giselle Shaw runs her knee into the stairs.
Oh, she's a fantastic seller. She picked herself up.
She went in hard, bro.
Pause. The South Park episode when Randy fights the other dads in Little League. I didn't see no bell. I'm sorry. I thought this was America.
Oh, fucking hilarious.
See money if you're right, it's still 7. We're getting down into the nitty-gritty, I guess, on who's
So
on
they
whose
announced.
side of
Steel with the win, by the way. They announced a 10-man tag for Rebellion. Now, I believe some people had the possible thought that because Moose showed up tonight to join the team, that now they have 7 members, and they do have Masha as well. However, the argument is the good hands are just hands and they won't actually be in the match.
Yeah, well, some people need to be at ringside and everything else. So,
right? Bully looked at his team and said, I'm not going to fucking battle with those two.
Right. No, I scratch that. You can have that. Right. But so does that end Impact? Because I'm right now getting
this is commercial.
Okay, because I was like, I'm getting an ad for New Japan. I'm like, what?
Right. A lot of so this is Genesis 2023. Aussie Open. They just around. Nobody like talks about them. Nobody shows them. Oh, I got Mickey.
Mickey, you're so fine. You're so fine. You blow my mind. Hey, Mickey.
I wonder how many times in her life she's heard that shit.
Probably enough that she slaps the next person that says that. So
right.
Whole Fam number 2 in that line.
Look, I feel like she's overselling right now. I'm getting a feeling that she might be good to go.
Yeah, well, she's out there like, I can't believe what I'm about to do. And you've got Santina Morella. He's out there. You tell them Santina. Santina. That's the new Gene Mean.
Gene Mean is fuck.
Santina.
No, that John Cena shit would kill me every fucking time. And what I did like about Santino was those segments where he was popping like the other wrestlers and shit. I just felt like the Santini, the sister shit got a little too much.
Santina Morella.
There's only, the whole one eyebrow with Beth Phoenix. I don't know if he's frozen. Oh.
No, I'm good. I was focused on because they're mentioning how fans are filing out from Windsor, Ontario, Canada as Mickey James is about to come out here. Like, what the fuck? Fans, get out of here. You can't believe what she's going to say. It'll ruin your life.
We're like, yeah, it's really weird.
There's like 10 minutes left, and they're literally showing the fans filing out right before Mickey James comes out of like, kids, children, run for the hills here. You can't believe what she's going to say.
It's really interesting. It's a really interesting thing, but they're running down the card. That should be a good fucking match. Trey Miguel versus Jonathan Gresham versus Mike Bailey. Elimination triple threat for the X Division title.
100%. But that's the thing is Impact's always, I don't know, I can't speak week to week, but when it comes to pay-per-views, premium live events, however you want to phrase it, they show up and show out of even if it's Gresham versus Bailey for the 18th time, we're at least going to put it on the top of the show, and then we're going to build beyond that.
Absolutely, bro. Absolutely.
Like we're getting Motor City Machine Guns versus Bullet Club in an Ultimate X match for the tag titles.
Yeah, Jordan Grace, Perazzo, and maybe Mickey James.
Macklin versus Kushida for the Impact World Championship. And JV, allegedly. God damn it, put allegedly with that statement. I'll let you read it, but put allegedly.
I kind of browsed it. We're good. I didn't even know what it said. No, dark. What? Unlikely team tomorrow night on Rampage. Mark Briscoe. Yeah, like, did you see this going around? Mark Briscoe listed as being in this 8-man, but on that team. Tabernacle, I believe you would like to say.
Tabernacle. Has Tony literally like lost his complete mind as to who's who and who's on what team and everything? Like, is that just there to clearly be the dissension, the sleeper cell, all of that. It makes no goddamn sense. Is this Mickey retiring? Because they're very much throwing a whole video package of pretty much everything she's done in Impact.
But we keep thinking that. They've done this several times.
Yeah, I don't. She's got the Terry Funk rule of if I retire 7 times, I gotta leave 8.
Right. I like Cora Jade and Sky Blue equally. I like Sky Blue better than I like Cora Jade, if I'm going to be straight up with you, for several reasons.
But now, do you like Cora Blue or Jade Sky better than the other?
I think Cora Blue. Cora Blue.
Cora Blue. Cora Blue. Nick, it's okay. Big boy dinner comes first. Pause on whatever you were trying to say there.
Does he come second? Anyway,
is this when TK becomes evil authority figure and just starts giving the talent hell? It was me, Moxley. It was me all along. Yeah, no, he just shows up and he digs him with a pizza cutter or something. It was me, Moxley. I gave you the paper mache forehead.
So she's doing this she's giving us the theory.
Boo earns. I couldn't say this in front of you. What the fuck? Like, am I the only one that with that big ass blue cowboy hat and the blue high heel boots that I feel like she's gonna do like that sheriff from Scary Movie, to where her hat keeps getting bigger throughout the promo?
So why did they empty the arena?
Why this? I don't get it. Nobody gets it. Welcome to Impact Wrestling, where the matches are made up and the storylines don't matter.
Right? Deanna, and that's somebody that should go to Impact. Dana Brooke. Go to Impact.
She being women's champion like today.
Go to Impact. Have a run.
Is that what Impact becomes? It becomes like the G League for WWE?
Yeah, I think so at times. Like, no offense to them. It's just the way it is. Your company doesn't have the money to compete at that level. So, again, we saw them benefit from all the budget cuts. They were scooping up a lot of talent. And then when wrestling goes on an upswing and starts signing people again, they go on a bit of a downturn. But they've always managed to survive. But they are kind of that. Like, you've seen a lot of wrestlers kind of go down there, get hot, and come back. I think it's the reason why the Hardys ended up back in the WWE, right? All that fucking Broken and Nero shit took off, and they were like, wait a minute. How can we fuck this gimmick up?
Right. I'm not 20 years old again. Well, no shit, sister.
But you look slightly younger than Jordan Grace.
Oh, shots fired. TK gets blown up in a limo only for Paul London to get fired. He gets hired and fired in the same night, just like Brian Kendrick.
That's what I was going to say, actually. I've said this like before, Nick. I would love, like, if imagine Punk came back and the big twist was like Tony's been behind all the bullshit. Right? Tony's
he's the higher power, and literally and like, figuratively. But he's the all-seeing eyes, because he's just staring a hole through your soul.
My fear is it's too Vince Russo-y, where he kind of,
no, that's 100%. That's all of the Tony Khan. You cannot go to Vince Russo-y with Tony Khan. If they are one of the same,
you can't go full Russo. You can't go full Russo.
Become one. I'm a woman of my word. Laying down the belt.
Bye. Yo, did she retire?
Bro, and she's misty-eyed as a motherfucker.
Oh, so one-on-one.
Meanwhile, Jordan's over there like, really wants the title. And it's the title. Fucking Smeagol is free. But
That's
yeah,
not
dude,
nice.
Mickey, she's doing that like taker thing of she ran in, instead of leaving the boots and the gloves, she sat there and just left the title and the cowboy hat.
Yeah. It's just so weird. Like she's like, I wanted to come out here and say this in front of everybody. They sent everyone home before you spoke.
Bro, like for real. And well, and it's now it's so weird because they did the whole storyline of when she loses, she would retire versus now did she have to retire because of injury? Like
Maybe.
so you like a
Now,
year plus of storyline just patooey.
do you not feel like there is the caveat where she, she puts her hat down, everyone thinks she's done, she goes home, deals with this injury, and I'm not saying she comes back for a run, but maybe she comes back and
Oh,
says,
they come a cowgirl, badass.
right? Like she comes back and says, "No, I want to
like
leave on my term." So
Biker
folks,
Mickey.
right? So we now have a new world title match on Sunday. We got Jordan Grace, Deonna Purrazzo, Mickey James has let go of the belt. Crazy.
Yeah. Well, it's more of one of those. To me, it's more of a question of did she like retire, or hey, coming soon during the WWE draft. Mickey James has been drafted to Friday Night SmackDown. Nick Aldis has been drafted to Friday Night SmackDown. Pourquoi?
Yeah, it could happen. It could happen. And I mean, I really pay attention to the wording of things. And I mean, he didn't say every WWE superstar is available. He said every available wrestler or whatever the fuck. So that to me implies bigger scope. Could just be smoke and mirrors.
With
It
the
could
first
be
draft pick, Monday Night Raw selects CM Punk. Could you fucking imagine?
Right? No, I fully expect Punk to end up back in AEW. And like I said, he never wanted to go home. He never wanted to leave. He didn't plan the injury. Part of me questioned if he ever really was injured, but I told you, man, it would have been hilarious if it was legitimately like, guys, come here. What? Punk fucking blew his trap. We need a plan. They're like, we got a plan, and and this is what it was. However, by current standards, unless they're still digging in, it's really
unless they're the greatest actors of all time, like fucking Kaiser,
right?
Yeah, Kaiser Sose ain't got shit on the Bucks and the Elite if they are selling this.
Right, but I wish they were. Like I think even up to now, where they're like, you know what? Then you guys act like they don't want to come back, and then Tony's like, I don't care what you want, brings them back anyway, and everybody loses their fucking mind. I think, dude, you get that match booked, you sign Goldberg for one night only, you give fucking Sting a fucking retirement match, you might get 60,000.
If they get 60,000, is not like a huge stake in the flag win for AEW.
Oh yeah, I think if they, for me, a clip do have. I mean, and what the thing is here is, if you're going to take a big risk, you can fail. Doesn't mean you're done. Like where people are really drawing this thin line, Meltzer, and I know we're going home in a second, but like Meltzer comes out with the whole defending them, and it's not about exactly. You booked it. So you got to do your best to do your best. You got to fill this fucking thing as best as you possibly can. So to say like, it's like anything else. It's like your buddy says, watch this bike trick I can do. When he eats shit, you laugh at him because he failed. He thought he could do more than he could. Doesn't mean he
I
can
can do a kickflip.
Right? But he can get really close. He tried to do a kickflip. So that's what I think. I think they could get close with it. I think that there are levels to success here. But it will depend on how it's booked.
Yeah, the sellout is not the ultimate mark. It is the highest of benchmarks that they could reach. If they sell it out, regardless of however, even if the crowd is a mum reaction, they sold it the fuck out. So that's a statement of
I would love
if they do 50,000, that not only shows what they can do internationally that they haven't really fully attempted at before, but to do a big huge event like that, especially if they did that in the States, Granted, the States might be a bit more dangerous, but it shows what they value to foreign markets
Right.
beyond the U.S.
Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong at all, sir. And I mean, again, they could sell 30,000. I mean, they said the pre-sale is 25,000. We don't know. All I know is the better they do, the more fun we're going to have watching it. That's all I know. So strap in and strap on.
Yeah, absolutely. We're not like trying to like boo, like please only sell like 10,000. Like, no, I don't want to sit here and watch a show in Wembley in the middle of the
It's going to be
afternoon that
bad.
only sold 10,000. Like, no, I want you have the best opportunity to go for the fucking jugular on WWE, and now is your time to capitalize realistically. Even though it's at this point, I think obvious that Hunter's still in charge, there's enough wishy-washy enough skepticism. Now is where you can strike. So now is when you need to. Now is when you do CM Punk FTR versus the Elite. You do a huge match like that. That'll blow the doors down.
The last thing we'll say about this, and then we'll head out. And if you guys want to give us a rating on Impact or Ring of Honor, I'm all ears. I'll throw out a number as well. But I mean, Nick Ken too. He did watch Impact. That's right.
But yeah, she's not done. 7. Sorry, I'll click through these.
No boots. I agree.
Sorry, finish your point. Sorry, I'll just.
I just think if the Bucks and or Kenny Omega or Jericho can't put their egos aside for something like this Punk decision, where does that leave them? Like, at what point does Tony have to consider what's best for business? What helps him the most advance this company?
So can you repeat the question? I wasn't expecting a question. I was expecting a statement.
Well, my statement is this. One, I'm really tired. I don't want to read that Punk might come back. I want to find out when it fucking happens. Like, it's just rampant. Like, Punk had a fucking 12 green bagel this morning. He had a fucking white mocha from fucking Bucks. Like I don't want to know. And I know that's counterintuitive to everything we talk about here. But all these reports of who's going where and why, but just let it happen. Just let it fucking happen. Don't spoil this one. But that all being said, the question was, what does Tony do if the Bucks won't play ball? What?
What?
If the Bucks and Kenny or Jericho
break under glass card of, I've heard people say that, well, KJ's like, F Punk, I want to see what they can do beyond that stigma. Fair enough. Well, and then he's saying, he said,
tried to help.
Jugular, Nick, buddy, no, I'm being kind, but come on, Khan will be lucky to do a 1/3 out of 90K. I don't think so. I think you're underestimating with that. And I've seen a lot of people say, well, the next closest thing that they could do with Punk would be Jericho if they're not going to do the Elite. Well, because everybody knows how Punk feels about Jericho and how Jericho feels about Punk. And instantly that to me just smelled like, so who told you and why is his name like just Jericho on why you need to report this story? Because no, the next hottest story that they could do is MJF, because that's what fucking MJF's title reign was initially built for. With the greatest trick the devil ever pulled was convincing the world he didn't exist. And everybody forgets about that. That's what started this off. The firm was supposed to be something that was his aid against Punk. It was supposed to go that way. And then Punk had the issue with muffins and, being old, and had to, sit on the bench. So that's where this story coulda, shoulda, woulda gone. And that's where, if that match happens at Wembley, if you can't do Punk and FTR versus the Elite, if you build up and you set up Punk versus MJF in Wembley, that will blow the fucking doors down.
Yeah, man. I think if you come out at Double or Nothing, you head into that Chicago show and MJF comes out and says, I beat everybody. I beat the pillars. I stand alone. And then you get, you know, and people are gonna fucking come unglued at Chicago. B, just because it's Chicago. I almost like the idea of them chanting all night and not getting what they want and giving it to them the following week. Just do it. Make them wait. Nut. But I want a surprise. I like Slapnuts. Let's go. Pause. That sounded wrong. But yeah, no, I'm all for it. Like, I'm almost tempting them to do it. That's why I said I'm joking.
Like there and had the whole crowd chanting CM Punk for the whole night, like you even said.
Yep.
That's when Tony Khan has to sit there and he grabs the Bucks and Kenny by the collar and says, "Do you not hear that? Do you not hear them going the full fucking 2-3+ hours chanting nothing but CM Punk? Like, fucking put your ego aside."
Yeah, I think that's good, but I also feel like the idea that to kind of shake off the dirt sheets and stuff a little, like that'd be the moment where people are like, maybe he's not coming back, you know, like kind of cool off the rumors to ultimately bring him back.
But at this point, you built enough fire, bro. And that's one thing AEW doesn't do is they don't start a fire and then just to put it out. They start a fire literally because they think they might be back there at some point. We've got to fucking stoke the flames as much as we can.
Right. You're taking all the fun out of it. I want some surprises, but neither here nor there.
Speaking of taking fun out of things, Money in the Bank 2011 was Punk's ceiling and cap. If he can't surpass that, he's a fraud. Bo effing shit. Sugar honey iced tea with that one.
Listen. I agree with you. Sorry, I wasn't apparently. No, I mean, dude, I think people forget how insane his return was. And like the fact for like 8 years, random wrestling, you know, random WWE would just break out into fucking CM Punk chants. Like that night when he returned was fucking epic. It was one of the greatest wrestling moments I've witnessed. So, yeah, Punk for Sting. Ew, interesting. Retires Sting. Yeah. That's oof.
Punk versus Goldberg. Retires Goldberg.
Sting retires Goldberg is interesting.
No, I'm saying Punk versus Goldberg. Punk retires Goldberg.
I don't think
if we're gonna just go all the way, we'll go all the way.
I don't. Yeah, right. Let's just go crazy. I think
he goes for the spear and eats a fucking knee and then sets him up and then go to sleep. Tell me that doesn't happen. I can book the spot.
Right. I think Punk instantly starts having Ryback flashbacks.
Now, either you did that on purpose or you're a fucking idiot. I'm a fucking idiot.
The Bucks are overgrown children. You're asking too much. Yeah. Oh, sorry, that was for you, but yeah, I read it.
That's fine. I mean,
that's not even what I'm mad at.
I'm just asking them to act like adults. I mean, you're a full-grown adult. Act like it.
That's it. And listen, anybody that's ever been on a team, your team can't win if your people aren't on this. Like if you guys aren't working together, if your own personal ego and pride and baby bullshit is getting in the way of the improvement of the team and what you guys are trying to accomplish, then get the fuck out of the way. Go the fuck home. Go sit on your couches and play with your fucking young bucks and just let everyone else enjoy the wrestling. Or get on the fucking team and deliver the best fucking product possible. Because you got a ton of talent there that could get over if you just put a lot of this favoritism and nepotism and selfishness and fucking immaturity aside. Beautiful. And that's all I got. I'm out of
it. Thank you, Coach KJ. For those who are listening, I did the WCW because I mean I hate to call a spade a spade, but a spade's a spade. When is the Wembley event? Is it scheduled yet? I think it's August. It's sometime in August. I know that. I think it's like mid-August.
The week before Labor Day.
Give you this update.
The week before Labor Day.
I don't know when Labor Day.
Yeah, I wasn't trying to make it harder on you. I was just
as the Canadian pointed out Labor Day for the U.S.
We got Labor Day. We got Labor Day.
You're not supposed to wear white after Labor Day.
No, the rest of the fucking the ground and everything that we live around turns white after Labor Day. It's the difference.
I enjoy watching the world burn CM Punk versus Colt Cabana or Punk versus Adam Page. Well, no, Adam Page just had his Frankenstein treatment there with the screw to his forehead.
Right.
And has anyone seen Colt Cabana lately? I feel like we need to put his face on a milk carton,
right,
on telephone poles. Where is Colt Cabana?
Right. Well, do you remember when Jericho said, "Oh no, we like Colt, you know, we really wanted him on the show. That's why, you know, I booked a match with him." Oh yeah, it had nothing to do with Punk. I wasn't being a dick to Punk. I wasn't trying to egg up Punk on.
No. Just a happy little accident, happy little coincidence there.
So all this fighting for a guy that you were going to use once, all this brawling, all this dismay, all the fucking ratings and missed opportunities for this guy to not be in the company, not be involved over a man that you guys have used once in his absence. Think about that.
But no.
Reginald.
August 27th, Punk will be in Wembley then. Canadians faking punctuality since ... Sorry, KJ, I had to. Sorry.
Sorry. There's been worse.
Well, damn you, Nick, leave Bob Ross out of this. No, we're just gonna.
I was Bob Ross for fucking Halloween.
We're gonna paint some happy little CM Punks over here.
I was Bob Ross for Halloween,
bro.
Yeah, I swear to God.
No, it made me instantly think of the fucking Paint movie that they're doing with Owen Wilson, and I was like,
oh shit,
I can see it.
Right. Damn you, Nick.
Damn you, Scuba Steve.
All in August 29th. All right.
Ooh,
dude, I feel like that's a good place to hit the pause mark tonight on this whole shindig.
Absolutely.
So, folks, thank you for tuning in tonight. Thank you for being here. This was our Thursday doubleheader. We'll be back Friday for another doubleheader. We got SmackDown. We got Rampage. We got a whole bunch of other shit. Who knows what will slip in the middle? Pause. And we'll be back on the weekend. So stay tuned for that. Click that little bell so you know what we're up to. Don't forget, like, subscribe. Check out all our socials. Check out our merch. Check out Discord. Thank you for being here. And yes, bring your friends and your wrestling opinion and come on back now.
Be a friend, tell a friend, like, share, and subscribe. Our shit is real. Our shit is raw. Our shit is authentic. When you talk about the wrestling, you better put that for life with it. Peace.
See you on the side. Peace. Later. Bye.